I can tell you got beat energy.
Well, let's get it started.
It's showtime, folks!
Here are the guys.
Woo! Celebrating 365 days of success. The 1-year anniversary on a Bar Cart Friday. Brought to you by our friends at Keg and Bottle. This is unbelievable. We made it a year, fellas.
We did it. We did it.
Holy moly, that's been a year.
We're back to the archive and got the original.
That is, first of all, well done, Ben Fletcher, and well done, Travis Dale. You two, as we walked in this morning, we're having conversations about what a year it's been, some of the ideas that Ben has come up with over the week, gathering some things for us to play with this morning. Really cool. And then Travis kicks in the door with a full white sheet cake.
Oh, it's party.
That has our Big Rich TD and Fletch logo on it. And we have champagne we're going to pop today. We have balloons that we're going to have to blow up today.
I think we should have helium.
Actually, yeah, pass me one of those balloons.
It's not a party.
There you go.
Without a balloon.
Yeah, we're gonna fill the studio with balloons throughout the show. This is awesome. Join the stream, you idiots.
I don't have a link.
That's
idiot.
Oh, that's my fault.
That's what Ben said. We cannot if you don't send it to us. All right. So, by the way, yeah, that's one of the innovations over this first year that we've discovered is we can put ourselves on video, and we have many times, much to the chagrin of the people who have to go to their bosses and talk about our shows. Like, so what exactly is happening in San Diego between 6 to 9 on your sports station? Yeah, they're great guys.
We've gotten a lot of views, so we're just going to keep letting it go.
We're a little concerned about everybody's safety around the building. They kick in doors and shout a lot, but they seem harmless.
We do that. We do that.
Yesterday,
yeah,
we were on one. We went around asking people red pill, blue pill on Batman or Spider-Man, and we had certain people who didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, didn't want to be on camera, or didn't know how to answer, which I felt strange. It just be a gut reaction. Spider-Man or Batman? Which one?
Yeah.
Turns out when 3 large men are screaming in your face, you get scared.
I get that is a good point. And some of these studios are pretty tight. Like we kicked it. Poor Tati over on Star 94.1. We tumbled in the 3 of us. It is a studio the size of a closet.
It's like where Harry Potter used to live.
Exactly. Under the stairs. Yeah. On private drive.
Yeah.
I was just like, look, Tony, we got to talk to you a question. TikTok. It was like, why is Travis drooling so much? Just listen.
To be fair, she called me, turned around and said, yes, Rich.
Yeah,
she did. It was like talking to mom.
Yeah, she has an energy that just puts you right at ease. Really does.
Oh, wow. You guys are really getting deep this morning.
But between you guys and the textures, let's come up with some of our favorite memories from the year, and not Rich sucking in his own air from his own balloon.
It's not helium when you put
how
air
to
in
blow
it.
a balloon?
That actually hurt my lungs. I think I just popped one. Really?
My mind immediately went to Darkness Retreat.
Oh, that was fun. That was a fun
creation
time.
of Bar Cart Friday.
Yep. Also good.
The evolution of Bar Cart Friday.
Yeah.
Those
Myron Mixon.
Oh, Myron
Just
Mixon.
all inclusive. Both times we've
Dale
had him.
DeGroff.
Dale DeGroff.
Dale DeGroff wanted to be here today. He did send along a happy anniversary message, which I forwarded to you guys. But he said he will be joining us here in the future. He and his wife got started on an early 3-day weekend, which became a 4 or 5-day weekend.
So does Jim Russell. Jim's missing the 1-year anniversary of our station.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course he is.
He's going to Philadelphia to hang out with the Eagles.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like the band or the team?
No, the team, because that's his favorite team.
Yeah, that's his favorite team now. He's
also,
a traitor on his people.
Who was the medium we had in studio?
Kelly Fisher.
That was awesome.
Kelly Fisher, San Diego, SoCal Media? San Diego
SoCal Medium. That sounds right.
Yeah.
She was awesome. And also being hypnotized recently on YouTube was fun.
That was a good time.
The 999 challenge.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if I missed that one.
Actually, okay.
It's not that great.
So
You can't deny you had fun.
Oh, I had fun for sure, but I felt terrible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That took days to recover.
Absolutely. And it was the 8.7 hot dogs that I ate. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did the beers. I didn't finish the hot dogs. Yeah, I mean that was rough, real rough. Wonder if should I try to get a hold of Myron Mixon?
First of all,
I haven't even looked at our rundown since yesterday at midnight.
No, we're doing a show without a rundown today. We're not. No, don't even bother.
It doesn't even matter.
Honestly, today is about. Well, today we're obviously going to talk some sports.
Yeah, probably mostly Padres.
Mostly Padres. We're really going to focus in on what happened in the late innings yesterday.
We are like on officially college football eve.
Yeah,
a
dude.
team that's 11 games behind 500, 8.5 out of the postseason. I just don't know what there is there.
The answer is no.
Well,
Good.
I mean,
The answer is no. We will not talk Padres today.
Again, a team that you needed to beat if you wanted to make any movement anywhere.
Travis, what did he just say?
I'm just so angry.
He said no.
Just so angry.
There has been breaking news in college football. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But I have a surprise for both of you. I don't know. Well, first, it's not here. I think per laws, I couldn't actually bring it.
Oh my God. He
into
got
the
us a
building.
helicopter. He got us a helicopter.
I was actually thinking raccoon.
No, it's not a raccoon. Even
show
though
parrot. You got a show parrot?
we did not get a show parrot.
Can we keep guessing?
It's nothing live. Well, you can if you
You
want.
said it's illegal. Ferret. It's a ferret.
not
It rhymes with
illegal.
parrot.
I just don't know if I'm allowed to bring it into the building anymore after an incident. So
Cocaine. It's cocaine.
It's not,
After the cocaine incident, we
this is-
can't bring cocaine in
this is
anymore.
not the White House. you bite your tongue. No, I have no
Wow.
idea. It's
After an incident?
well, it wasn't an incident, but I was strongly encouraged to stop bringing it to work. Well, actually, then again, the person who told me that is no longer here.
Wait, the
There you go.
flamethrower?
I bought you guys flamethrowers.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Happy anniversary!
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, unbelievable. We are going to burn so much stuff.
So I was thinking, I went back and I watched the 999 video or part of it last night. Or no, this was 2 nights ago because they're already on their way. They're coming to my house. And then again, I don't know. I can bring them in the building now because B Long's no longer here. He said, I never want, he said to me privately one time, he was like, I never want you to bring that into the studio again. He was like, that's like a weapon, dude. I was like, no. He was like, it shoots an 8-foot flame. I was like, I would never, ever have it tethered to the propane inside of the building. He goes, that's like saying I would never put the bullets in the gun. He was like, it's still bad. It's still a very bad thing.
Well, but I mean, if you brought a hibachi grill in,
Which we have.
right? Campfire stove.
Which we have and cook in studio with.
Okay, it's just another method or a tool to cook with.
Well, I kind of was making arguments like that. He goes, but like, would you ever use like a camper stove in a zombie apocalypse? I'm like, that's a great point. Probably not, but I definitely would
What if
use
it's all you had?
Then yes. Then the answer is absolutely yes.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, all you'd have to do is have a brisk walk, and they'd never be able to catch you.
If
Well-
it's the zombies from the movies, but it might not be.
The Walking
World
Dead
War-
zombies run, right?
Eventually, so they
Mhm.
like kind of evolve as it
Oh,
goes.
well, like in World War Z.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were-
those
they were
move
real
quick.
fast.
Those move quicker than people.
Yeah.
Those things. Yeah. It's like, you die and then all of a sudden you turn into Jesse Owens. Just like shattering 200-meter records.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't. Like, if I died and turned into a zombie in World War Z, I'd still be super slow.
I just picture you just like, well, like my hot dog's a little extra burnt, so I'm busy. I'm very busy right now.
I'm trying to
Right.
think of the first thing I'm going to do with the flamethrower.
Well, I just,
Oh, man.
here's what I pictured in my head.
Gosh, the joy that you are bringing us. By the way, I didn't know we're bringing gifts.
3 flamethrowers
That's what
at
I was
once.
thinking.
Oh, wow.
That's
Like, you
yeah.
stand in a triangle, all of us like, I don't know, go COVID distancing,
Cross
6
the
feet
streams.
apart.
So this is what I pictured. Me crouched down
The streams,
bet-
cross the streams.
between the two of you. You two shooting flames over my head in a triangle,
Yeah.
and me firing
Yeah.
flames directly at camera.
I
as-
love fire.
Oh, dude, as a promo video, that would be the most boss ass stuff we
Mhm.
could do.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's so those are coming this weekend, and I will be bringing them right in studio, I guess, on Monday.
I would
I
also
like it a
say,
lot.
pending a conversation that we're going to have in an 8 o'clock hour, we have a pretty big announcement to make in the 8 o'clock hour
Mhm.
that happened over text last night. What is this?
It's the theme to Top Gun. That's what I thought of when flamethrowers
Oh,
were touching. This is probably illegal.
Yes, dude. When we get our flamethrowers, I don't even want us to cook with them at first. I just want action shots of us shirtless using our flamethrowers.
We need to get Griffin's camera out so it can be like super 4K.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh my
Without a
god!
doubt.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'm so excited,
Lots
you
of
guys.
slow-mo.
This is why I love you guys. This is why this show has worked for a full year. It's because I knew you would match my energy with the flamethrowers.
Hey, our boy CJ is on the stream. Our big voice guy.
What?
All that. He
CJ?
said, well done, gentlemen. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Buddy,
Cheers
guys.
to
yeah.
you.
By
Man,
the way, CJ, clear your schedule for next Friday night. We got something going on.
Oh
yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
big
we
deal.
do. Bring the wifey. Hey, wow, CJ should come down right now.
He should. If he wants to come for a Bar Car Friday, CJ, if you're listening to us, I don't know why I'm shouting. You
Pretty
can
sure
hear
he
me.
lives in Palm Springs.
Well, start driving, buddy. We'll see you at 8.
Fire up the helicopter.
Yeah, get the iHeart chopper. They
You
love
want a
when we use
flamethrower,
it.
CJ? You want a flamethrower?
Want to be part of this team? Wow. Literally blowing up balloons on air.
Okay, we've got a lot of balloons. We've got so little time. Ben's grabbing balloons.
It's like, yeah, sure, I'll take some.
Yeah, the cake looks awesome. We're gonna put everything on social media. Everything you're hearing about right now, you're gonna see on the YouTube stream. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on YouTube. Subscribe to us, like all the videos, watch all the videos. We'll be there every single day live on YouTube. Also, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, or I should say Big Rich, TD, Fletch on Instagram, TikTok, and X is where you can find us there. We're gonna have plenty of videos about our first year anniversary. Also, or 1 year anniversary. Also, my God,
Balloon to the face. Balloon to the face.
We have some breaking news out of college football.
Mm-hmm.
So, per sources, the ACC has invited Cal, Stanford, and SMU to join them in their conference. And if there's one thing we all know, is all of those schools are like those coastal Eastern Seaboard type schools that have
Right along the Atlantic.
have really geographically cemented the
Right.
ACC for all these.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
So let me throw this out there for you guys. Stanford football opens up their season today, week 1, against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That game kicks off at 8 p.m. Pacific time,
Yeah.
meaning it kicks off at 11 p.m. Eastern time, meaning that game's not going to finish until like 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast.
Correct.
Cool.
Correct. Here's the problem. Well, it's not even a problem, really. It may be a solution for college football. Like, nobody really cares necessarily to like watch those games all the way through on the East Coast or frankly on the West Coast, but people bet a lot of money. But like, Stanford football has been struggling lately. Hawaii doesn't have a lot of buzz generally, but like, I mean, it's late night betting. College football, like, you're out with your buddies all night drinking. I mean, if you're a sports bettor, you may all of a sudden be like, "Oh my God, there's a game going on right now. Sweet, I'm gonna live bet the second half tomorrow." Rich is gonna mind about that, and then you wake up and you realize, like, whoops, you did. Oh, my DraftKings account is in the red. Like, that's probably what happens a lot. College football's aware of this. That it's not even necessarily about the games themselves. It's just about stirring and stoking more interest in college football. And since sports betting is growing so big, these conferences will only strengthen themselves with opportunities like this, because what I think is coming very shortly, and one of the reasons why I think that this, manifest destinies, like Western expansion for some of these East Coast conferences, the reason why they don't care is because they realize at some point in, say, the next decade, they're going to be partnering with sports books. So, yeah, they may be losing money right now logistically, but they're going to make all that up when it becomes culturally acceptable to tie in like sports betting with college athletics. And that's where we're heading, in my mind, within the next 10 years.
And it's already starting, and you could see it plain as day, the super conferences thing. Like, we're going to be heading to less and less conferences. The more things are moving around here, the more it's going to be clear to the NCAA and college football fans as a whole that what they really are going to end up needing is a couple of super conferences. Just let that ambient noise go.
I'm gonna pass out.
And eventually it's going to turn into where college football is going to have its own Sweet 16 or own March Madness style tournament.
Yeah,
You put
Right?
air
Yeah.
in the balloon and then you let it go back into your lungs.
I know, because I try to take a deep breath. I should probably breathe through my nose.
Yeah, here's what you do. You
Or just
pinch
to-
off the
yeah,
air
pinch
supply
the-
to the
yeah,
balloon
exactly.
after you're done pushing air in.
Right,
so that
right.
way air
Hang
isn't
on.
coming out.
Okay.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
smart guys.
Right.
Let me give it a shot.
But I
your
am
way.
waiting for you to be like, hey, everybody.
I think this is the first time he's ever blown up balloons.
Look
It's
at that.
too small.
Look at that.
It does it every time. How do you do?
So when you disengage the first time, then you breathe in outside of the balloon.
It's our show right now. Sorry, guys. We didn't have time beforehand, so we're going to do this during the segment. By the way, we did have to have another competition with the KGB FM team.
It is the
And-
battle of the KGB.
And we won.
Yeah, we did win.
We did.
We taped it yesterday, and the reason why we did that is because we had set up a relay race in the building, and so we needed to clear out certain areas of the building. It was almost like when a movie takes over blocks of Boston.
Right. We shut down the hallway.
Yeah, like we shut down the hallway. So it was getting something out of the vending machine, running down the hallway, a handoff of whatever item was taken from the vending machine to the next partner who was throwing beanbags. We did cornhole toss in the hallway.
And we had a ringer.
Oh
Pro
my God,
Travis.
dude.
It was one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
was
shot, last shot.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Incredible.
Come on.
Dude, so he takes the Gatorade bottle that Ben got from the vending machine in here, and like a damn auctioneer, I buzzed through that script.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
you read really fast.
I did
You
read-
did read
There's
fast.
some questions about the legitimacy of what you were reading.
However, it may have been his best read ever.
Probably.
I actually don't know if I fully can read, but it did get finished, and somehow they were like, "Yeah, no, that holds up. You guys won." And so,
Nobody questioned it.
yeah, so we won the battle. It's tied right now. It's 2-2.
Because we won by like 35 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, we
Yeah,
blew
yeah,
their
yeah.
doors off.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the speed. We obviously had the talent with the bags. And I feel like we got like almost like it was almost like point shavings having me do the reading. It's like,
Well, I mean, any penalty.
He did very good.
Yeah,
any
it's a
penalty
really good
that
job.
was incurred by Rich, not necessarily reading the words or maybe skipping a couple lines, would have been wiped out by the fact that we beat them by 35 seconds.
The read was like this, though. A lot of this. And you can go. I'm done.
And then after I finished, what's his name? Boyer was like, "Were any of those extra words?" And I was like, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. So
I don't know. We just kept high fiving and screaming, and then they had to accept it.
yeah. Yeah. We bullied our way into a victory.
Right.
SMU is actually an interesting choice here, and I'll tell you why. So I do understand what this is about. It's about money. It's about money. SMU has some of the most powerful people as alumni in this country.
And they're in Texas. A lot of people really, really care about college football there.
There's a lot of old oil money that gets filtered back to SMU.
And the Methodist Church.
Well, and that, look, this is highly financial. This is highly political. Don't for a second allow your brain to wander too far from what the main thing is. The main thing's the money. The main thing is eyeballs. The main thing is sports betting. Like, this is where college football is heading. It's professionalism.
And
it's no longer amateurism.
I don't know the logistics of it, but Jonas and Brady Quinn were talking about it before we came on air, that SMU is basically taking no extra money to go to the conference.
Yeah,
They're just taking the extra eyeballs because they have all the money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. Follow the money, and that's all this is. I mean, Atlantic Conference, come on. I mean, it's a money grab, and it's clear as day, which fine, whatever. I mean, I don't care, whatever it is.
Here's what's also interesting about all this is, and again, this is with fairness to Stanford, because over the past decade, they've had some run-ins with good teams on the football field, no question about it. But basketball, it's been a decade of real bad. They haven't had a tournament visit in a decade. In terms of their football team, it's been 5 solid years since they've fielded a decent team, basically since Andrew Luck has left. That's basically it. They had that Bryce, I'm blanking on his last name, but they had that kid, that running back who was incredible, but that was 5 years ago already. I mean, like it's been a while since Stanford has been relevant athletically. Cal Poly, we know where that program's headed. SMU, I mean, it's just a low buzz team. They're not grabbing national headlines.
What about Cal Poly? You want to fight?
Wow, I didn't say Cal Poly.
Oh, that's what you just said.
I said Cal Poly.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Cal. So, anyways,
Yeah, they're not even. Leave my Mustangs alone, bro.
It's a different Mustangs at the SMU. They're the Mustangs, right?
I don't know. Yeah, they are the Mustangs.
They're the Mustangs.
I don't even think that this strengthens. I don't even think this strengthens the ACC.
No, it's just grabbing all the poker chips.
Right.
It's just kind of like safety in numbers. It's like, all right, well now there's 18 of us.
I don't know,
Exactly.
but I kind of feel the same way about this, as oddly as it is, as I feel about the UFO situation. Just show me where this is going. You know what I mean? Like, show me the end result of all this, because I know whatever this is, the accumulation, whatever you say it,
Acclimation?
of different schools, different programs. Maybe that's
Like
it. Yeah.
accumulation.
That's the one. I don't know what you have on your computer screen, but whatever this accumulation of schools is, fast forward me to the end result so we know what we're rooting for in college football. Travis, what's on your screen?
This is what AI thinks Elvis would look like if he were alive today.
Elvis
which is a
looks
lot.
like
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
John
yeah,
Goodman.
that's John Goodman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis looks like John Goodman 10 years ago.
Right.
If you
Elvis at 88 has a lot of hair, by the way. Full head of hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So look. Here's where I'll tell you what I'll tell you from my purview, and I've talked to a couple of people who are administrators in college football, a couple of people around college football who coach in college football, and I can tell you nobody knows where this is going.
Right.
This right now, it's like watching molten rock start to form over land. Like it's just going wherever the path of least resistance is, and it'll harden, and then it'll be probably sturdy for a while. But look, it doesn't mean that it can't change over time. You'll see earthquakes. You know, somebody could come in with a jackhammer and break it all up, and we'll do it all over again soon. But yeah, the unfortunate truth, or maybe the fortunate truth, because who knows, maybe it'll be a benefit to college football in the end, or college athletics in the end. But yeah, man, it's changing every second, and nobody knows where it's going. It is our first anniversary on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
The 913 is actually better at remembering everything we did this year than we are. So we can read all of his texts.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Text us your favorite moments from the show from the past year. We'll get to some of those. And also, we'll just give you a little bit, we'll sprinkle in a little bit of what happened with the Padres last night coming up next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Not on our anniversary. We got to talk some Padres coming up next.
This update is presented by Staples Stores. Aztecs football coming up tomorrow. College football officially hitting week 1. Aztecs, who of course played in week 0, will be looking to go to 2-0 on the year as they welcome Idaho State into Snapdragon Stadium. You can listen to our coverage right here on no longer the all-new San Diego Sports 760, the 1-year-old San Diego Sports 760, beginning at 5:30 tomorrow. John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, and Jim Russell will be on pregame. Rich Ornberger, Ted Leitner have the call starting at 7:30. Tickets are still available at goaztecs.com. Your final opportunity for the week to win Aztecs tickets coming up on the show today. Padres lose last night to the Giants 7-2, 11 games under 500, 8.5 games out of the postseason. And breaking news out of the world of college athletics, the ACC has officially invited Cal, Stanford, and SMU to join their conference as realignment continues across the board. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school right now. A 24-pack of Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each. Select notebooks are 35 cents each. In-store only. Offer ends 9/16. Limited to 30. School on. Save on at Staples.
Thank God it's Friday!
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good!
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Yeah, baby, we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. 365 and a quarter days of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch and San Diego Sports 760. We are throwing a party in here. No one's here yet, but I mean, we're partying anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's cool. It's cool. But yes, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. And Tony Conja coming in just a little bit. And Jay going to be mixing up some cocktails for us. Hell yeah, indeed. I think our number one's going to fall on our cake.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, there
I
it
think a
goes.
balloon hit it, actually.
God, we have such an awesome cake in studio today. Travis ran around looking for a plain white sheet cake that he could get our logo put up on it, and it's really worked.
It's really worked. You know, I feel like the logo shrunk in the fridge or something. It got a little
That might have
ripply.
been what it was.
Yeah.
Looks great.
It does,
Okay.
dude. Yeah, who cares?
Cool.
The
Yeah, who
comments are flying in on YouTube. Paris says winning SeaWorld tickets on the nasty word generator Wednesday was my favorite moment.
Conky
I
3000.
did miss
Yeah,
Conky.
rest in
Yeah.
peace. That thing we
AJ
put out at Smitter. We gave it the old Yeller treatment.
AJ says winning Air Jordan movie premiere tickets and seeing you guys was the best experience this year. Hey, that was a ton of fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
We were going to do some more movie premieres this year also. And Gus, my favorite moment was you guys celebrating your first anniversary because I just started listening. JK, have been listening for at least a week.
Hey, right on. Well, thanks, Gus. I
Gus, you're
appreciate
the
you.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The chip's back in studio.
Yeah.
So everyone can be very, very calm.
Yeah, the chip has made it back in the Pocky One Chip Challenge, which is going to be the punishment payoff for whoever ends up losing our over-unders for the NFL season. So
I went through and I read it out, all the ones that are same.
yeah.
So those don't matter.
Oh,
And
got it. Yeah.
I think when it breaks down, the NFC North is going to be vitally important.
Yeah, we had a
Mhm.
lot of disagreement, a lot of turmoil and tumult in that NFC North division between the three of us. So that's going to be a consequential division for us. We're going to be paying very close attention to what happens with the Bears, Vikings, Packers, and Lions.
Is the red is a scratch?
Reds are scratches, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of live action though.
Yeah,
The
there
NFC
is.
West does not matter at all outside of the Seahawks.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the Seahawks are the only team alive. NFC East is pretty consequential for us. A lot of disagreement there.
So it's the South.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll see what it comes down to. We know somebody's eating the Pocky chip, at least one person, if not two. And if it's a three-way tie for the bottom, well, it looks like all three of us are going to do it together as a wolf pack. That would be something.
And we each have to get our own chip. If there's any sort of tie, losers still get their own chip.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I went to ice down the champagne and somebody took all our ice.
Son of a... I think
Yeah.
it was me.
Animals.
Oh, it was?
The ice that was in the freezer in the break room?
I stand by it.
we
Animal.
No, we used it last week for the Aztecs game, for the cooler.
Oh, got it. Wait for you mean the water bottles over at Aztec Village?
Because last year we had people fainting under our tent and didn't have water. So this year we were prepared.
Right. We told you to never say that again.
Big brother Alex
Never
weighing
supposed to talk
in.
about that.
Your show has now lasted longer than any of my relationships. Don't worry, Al. You'll find her or him. We don't judge.
This is the longest relationship Alex has had in his adult life. And I'm not uncomfortable with that at all. In fact, Alex, at this point, your brother Ben and I have become such close friends that we now text each other when we're on the toilet.
That's true.
That's happened many times.
I think his favorite moment of the year was when we talked about how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yep, that was
yeah.
we found
Yeah.
out a lot about each other that day. Let's just put it this way. Ben's like he's a 9 guy. Like minimum 9.
Right.
And sometimes it's like a marker.
Yeah.
Just keeps going.
You're gonna make me throw up
That's
again. Because every time
a capless marker
it's disgusting.
never ever ends.
It's one of those space pens. It even works upside down.
Yeah, the 913 with so many memories that I honestly have forgotten we did all this stuff.
You just remind me really quick. I want to hear every 913 memory. 949 listener Jeremy.
Yeah.
He showed up at Legoland yesterday.
Oh, awesome.
So a special shout out, and I'll do
No
it again
way.
later in our show because I'm sure they're not up and in cars going to school yet. But met Lucas and Nicholas, his kids. They were walking in the park as we were making our way out. We stopped at every store on our way out of that park. You
Nice.
guys met the boys, and they're feral animals. Yeah, I'm just glad that nobody ended up into the water at Miniland San Diego.
Ash got close.
Yeah. Oh, real
Oh,
close.
yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was interested. He was like, "What is this?" I was like, "No, that's the Coronado Bridge, son."
So Jeremy's kid, Nikki, I've met him before, the huge Aztecs basketball fan.
Oh yeah,
And they were at pretty much every game. So when I was getting fist bumps and someone was screaming a naughty word at me during every pregame show for Aztecs basketball last year, it was usually Nikki yelling the naughty word.
Yeah, it was one of him. It was one of Jeremy's kids. So yeah, shout out to Jeremy. It was really fun meeting him. But what did the 913 bring up as some of his favorite?
Well,
moments?
also before I get to that, because now you brought that up, huge thanks to Legoland for having us out there.
Yeah.
That was a very cool experience. We are completely honored, completely taken back by everybody there. John, Christina, you guys are magical. The place is magical.
Megan.
And Megan,
who made our Legos?
yes, yeah, who made our Legos. So we got to go behind the scenes and see how it's done. And it's pretty cool. They are literally looking at a photograph at every angle they can to try to put these things together. The Miniland San Diego is mind blowing of how that all looks. There's different cities. There's Vegas. There's Washington D.C. Of course, San Diego, SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly awesome.
So we got to pick the spot where our Legos will be installed, but now they have to go back and do the glue and put pegs and everything in there. And so once we get word that our Legos are officially installed, there's going to be some sort of challenge. There's going to be some sort of prize attached to it, to the first person that sends a picture of our Legos in Miniland San Diego.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which before you brought that up, we should have probably had a prize attached to
I mean,
it.
I have something in my mind. I just have to make sure that clears promotions.
You are the funniest human being I've ever met in my life. Because now people, well, I guess I guess we'll officially
The
launch
contest
it.
hasn't started yet.
I know.
Our
Yeah.
Legos aren't installed.
We have to wait on confirmation for our Legos to be installed at Miniland.
Speaking of contests,
But wait, we talked about this yesterday, and we're gonna do it.
We are gonna do. I know what prize I want to attach, but I'm not sure if that's legal.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
So
Is it booze?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, then you might be clear.
Yeah.
We do have a pair of tickets to see the Aztecs who are taking on Idaho State this Saturday at 7:30 down at Snappy. Make sure you listen to our coverage beginning at 5:30 with John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, and Jim Russell. Ted and Rich on the call at 7:30, but we'll be giving away those Aztec tickets a little bit later in the show. Also, a pair of tickets to the summer block party featuring Jodeci and SWV. They're going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com. North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on Sunday, by the way. Forgot the date on that.
So the Padres lose 7-2, but that's not the only news that come out of the series against the Giants. All of a sudden, we have an update on Yu Darvish. He has a bone spur in his elbow.
Cool.
So here's the good news. I guess the upshot is they said no significant damage was done, which I guess is a good thing. Although, I mean, I'm fairly certain, and this is based off of playing with guys who've had bone spurs on their hip, bone spurs on their knees, on their, feet and ankles. When you have a joint that has a bone spur, it doesn't go away. A bone spur is literally what it sounds like. It is an outgrowth off of a bone that then encumbers motion or can create inflammation because, your ligaments or tendons are getting roughed up as they're rubbing over this extra piece of bone that's hanging off of the end of of an ulna or a radius, or what do they call it? The ulna and the radius bone, or the humeral head as it meets your elbow. Like all of these bones, they can potentially get broken or fractured, microfractured, and then you can have these little outcroppings of bones. As a result, he's either going to have to learn to deal with this and manage inflammation throughout the remainder of his career, I guess, or get surgery. So
not to freak anybody out, but that is what Mike Clevenger had when he was with the Padres.
Right.
He had bone spurs in his elbow, and that led to surgery. That led to him essentially not being a viable starting pitcher anymore in Major League Baseball. He just got waived.
Well, with the bone spur, they're very painful and sharp pain. So it's usually when you get the pain from a bone spur, it's so shocking that you flinch. So it's not something that you can play through real well, because once you get the pain, it comes on so fast you don't even realize you react to it. But what also is concerning is typically where a bone spur is starting to form, it's your body's doing so naturally because it's trying to stabilize a bone and a joint. So typically it's like, cartilage is going away, or cushion in between your spine is shrinking. So your body says, "Oh man, we need to stabilize." I keep fumbling the word. Stabilize that bone. That's when the spurs start to grow. The only way to get rid of the pain is surgery.
Yeah.
So, but the other problem, the underlying issue may still be there with not great cartilage in that joint.
Well, he also said he wants to come back this year. And for me, I'm like, dude, shut it down.
Yeah.
Get healthy for next year. Same with Joe Musgrove. Shut it down. Even if you can come back, don't come back. Honestly, same with other guys who are dealing with injuries on this team. Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts. Like 2024 is now clearly more important than 2023.
Oh yeah, look, if they all wanted to play hero, do it earlier in the season,
right,
when the season still mattered.
Yep.
Now, they're not mathematically eliminated, but it's almost not worth bringing it up, because do we really think they're going to roar back? I don't. Maybe they do. It would be the greatest comeback in sports history, and I don't even want to humor that.
Well, it's if they went on they got 28 games left, a 28-0 run, they still have to have 4 teams ahead of them completely fall apart.
Right.
So it's not just they have to be almost perfect.
Yeah.
They need other things to
They
happen.
need help. They need help. Yeah.
And they need help from a lot of teams. They're not just staring down one.
Yeah. So think of it this way: a rope hung over a rock, right? If it's just swinging back and forth, eventually the rope's going to break.
Yeah, today's September 1st. September call-ups are coming. The Padres can just shut it down.
Yeah, it's looking rough here, and that elbow or I should say the ligaments in that elbow and that Darvish elbow is the rope. I mean, if this gets worse because he's pitching this season, that's a big waste of everybody's time, I think. But we'll see what the decision is. Again, it may be the player's decision. They may say, "Hey, we want to shut you down," and he says, "No, you shut up. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to pitch because this is what I do."
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
coming up next, speaking of injuries, another huge setback for an NFL team. We got to get to that.
And those text messages.
Yeah, on the other side. Big Rich, Teeny, and Fletch.
Champ here. When I'm in San Diego, I'm always hanging out at San Diego Sports 760. With who? Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Whammy!
That happened.
That happened this past year. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Also, the 1-year anniversary of the launch of San Diego Sports 760. We mean this when we say this. And honestly, we don't say it every day because it's apparent, it's obvious. We are thrilled that you're along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be able to do this if people didn't listen to this show. We wouldn't be able to do this if people didn't watch our YouTube stream, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on YouTube. We wouldn't be able to do this if you didn't follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Big Rich, TD, Fletch. The reason why we're here is because of all the people who are listening to this show right now, and we are thrilled to have you on board. It's been an awesome year. We're planning big things for year 2, so just buckle up. It's going to get a lot more fun.
Yeah,
To the moon.
To the moon. To the moon, indeed. No, absolutely. We love you guys. And thank you. Thank you for, giving us this life, honestly.
Yeah.
Without you guys, we're not getting paid. We're not paying our bills. We don't have a house. We don't have a car. We don't have anything. So we appreciate you to no end. Thank you so much.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun. What's not a lot of fun is when you look at the Rams roster. If you're a Rams fan thinking about what their season's going to look like, the outlook is looking pretty desperate right now. So the problem is they still do have 3 Hall of Famers in wait. Potentially Cooper Kupp may one day ascend to that level. He is a tremendous receiver. Aaron Donald's a first ballot. Matthew Stafford, maybe some debate. I think he'll get in at some point.
Well, you got the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But outside of that,
what was the promo we were running the start of last season? He was like a soul stealing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I feel like that's the wrong description.
Will he continue to grip souls and tear flesh? You're like, what is going?
Like, I was more like, he's a nice guy and he plays okay.
Yeah, he can throw it real hard, but he's played in Detroit. Yeah. But so yeah, Stafford, Kupp, and Donald. But outside of that, it gets slim pickings. I mean, they've got some decent offensive linemen. They've got a decent tight end. Their defense is almost brand new outside of Donald. It's going to be a rough season if everybody stays healthy. It's going to get rougher if Cooper Kupp doesn't get back from this hammy soon. And I guess he's had a setback.
Yeah, and we know that hammies can sometimes be lingering issues. We were told at the beginning of the preseason when this first happened that it wasn't a big issue, that he would be back in a couple weeks. They're going to slow play it with him during the preseason, and then he'll be back and ready to go for the regular season. Well, reports from yesterday, Sean McVay spoke at a press conference and said, yeah, no, it's not going well with Cooper Kupp. And that's a bummer for Cooper Kupp. That's a big bummer for Rams fans, and it's a big bummer for anybody who's already drafted their fantasy football league. And Cooper Kupp with the average draft position of 4, if he's not going to be healthy and ready to go for the regular season, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah, his health is going to have a huge impact, obviously, on the Rams' early success this season. And then if they start really spiraling, I mean, what kind of rush is Kupp going to be in to get back?
Not a big one. He needs to think about his future, and if that's with the Los Angeles Rams, because they sold everything to get that Super Bowl, and they got it. So congratulations to them.
It worked.
But the F them picks mentality, man, you better be ready to mortgage your future, which is exactly what they did. And they don't have first-round picks until 2026.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. But what was Sean McVay going to say? I'm sure the trainers went and said, hey, look, best case scenario in a couple weeks, this thing works itself out. So you're going to go out there and you're going to say the best case scenario. You're not going to go say, yeah, I mean, our top guy is probably not going to make it for the start of the season. And I'm sure he's crossing his fingers that best case scenario happens.
Fletch, be honest.
What?
Fletch.
What?
When you saw the Cooper Kupp news as a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Stoked.
What? You're a sick puppy.
I mean, I wasn't really worried about the
knew it.
Rams. I'm bummed for Cooper Kupp. I like him. I'm a fan of his. But yeah, stoked.
You are sick.
God, dude, you're a fan.
Sick
When you were on the Patriots, you see somebody on the Jets, like, I don't know, who was your competition back then with the Patriots?
Oh, the Jets were good.
The Jets
were good. Yeah,
Mark
Rex
Sanchez
Ryan,
years.
Mark Sanchez, yeah.
Okay, so you see somebody on the Jets go down, like part of you is like, oh man, that's a bummer. I hope he still gets paid. But then part of you is like, F yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I guess I don't know. I put my livelihood was depending on it. So if like a guy I was going against who could make me look terrible.
I know this is going to sound depressing. The 49ers are my livelihood.
Good.
I've got a lot riding on Brock Talk coming up season 1.
Dude, wait till my future bet of Brock Purdy MVP hits.
Jeez. Okay. Oh,
Wow.
God. Oh, God.
The comments are flooding in on YouTube. I promise we'll get to all of them. We ran out of time here. But next hour, we are going to spend some time celebrating our listeners.
Yeah, let's start next hour with that. We read some of our listeners' favorite moments from 1 year of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We're thrilled that we're celebrating our first anniversary with everybody out there today. So we'll see you on the other side. Just a minute.
Hour number 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Staples Stores. Aztecs football coming up tomorrow. College football officially hits week 1. This will be the Aztecs' second week. They welcome Idaho State into town. Boys looking to hit 2-0 on the year. Listen to our coverage beginning at 5:30 tomorrow. John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, Jim Russell have pregame along with J.D. Wicker and a bunch of other surprise guests. The entire Aztecs basketball team that made it to the Final Four will be out there in Aztecs Village tomorrow. So make sure you get to Snapdragon Stadium early. Ted Leitner, Rich Ornberger, they have the call at 7:30. Tickets are still available at goaztecs.com, but we have a pair of tickets to give away coming up in this hour. Make sure you're listening. Padres lose last night to the Giants 7-2, 11 games under 500, 8.5 games out of the postseason. And breaking news out of the world of college athletics, the ACC officially invites Cal, Stanford, and SMU to join their conference as of this morning. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 24-pack of Crayola crayons and comp books, just 50 cents each. And select notebooks for 35 cents each. In-store only. Offer ends 9/16. Limit 30. School on. Save on at Staples.
On the drive against AG, puts it up. Short rebound, AG. AG got the rebound. Here are the Aztecs down 1, 4, 3. Lamont Butler. Pull-up jump shot. Good. They're storming the court.
Woo!
So we're on the air for 1 year. Aztecs in the Final Four. Coincidence?
I think not.
Yeah.
I think not.
Nope.
We're on the air for 1 year. Padres don't give us press passes. Season collapses. Coincidence?
I think not.
No. I mean, it seems logical. Nicely done on the edit and the screen there, boys.
Yeah.
Wow.
That felt good. That felt
Getting
right.
good
We're
on it.
synced up.
Yeah.
Great.
The moon is in phase. we call that the slingshot.
Yeah. Engage.
Speaking of
Shake.
synced up, speaking of Aztecs,
And
21 Aztecs, active rosters NFL.
Yeah,
That's a
21.
cool stat.
Yeah. Talking college football, obviously going into the NFL season. Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge number of players making active
I mean,
rosters.
for recruiting, that's big. Like every time Brady Hoke sits down in a living room or on a Zoom call now with parents and student athletes from high school, he's saying, look at the NFL right now across the league, 21 Aztecs.
Yeah, especially if you're a defender. If you look at a lot of Aztecs defenders have not only played a bunch, but they've made some incredible plays. Like we were just talking about DeMonte Casey when he was with the Falcons. He's now with the Steelers. Like that's a guy who people remember what he's done. Like it's just that kind of thing. So huge congratulations to the Aztecs over this past year with a lot of the success they've enjoyed, making it all the way to a national championship. They're actually going to be celebrated at SDSU at Snapdragon, or I should say at SDSU Faculty and Staff Day at Snapdragon Stadium. They're going to be at Aztec Village before the game kicks off. So they're going to be set up right next to where Ben Fletcher and John Schaefer and Jim Russell and J.R. Tolver are going to be pregame. So get out there and check that out. And they're going to be presented their Final Four rings during the game. So
Badass.
Really cool. Also, SDSU Beach Towel Day at Snapdragon for the first 10,000 fans for this Idaho State matchup, 7:30 kickoff. 5:30, the coverage begins here on San Diego Sports 760.
And our Legos are awesome, but you know what Legos might be cooler?
What?
The entire Aztecs basketball team right outside of San Diego State in Miniland, San Diego. You could see Coach Dutcher with the gray hair out in front of everybody.
Yeah, he's cool.
The whole team is behind him. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. 714 asking on the text line if we are franchise tagged at 760. Did we get a statue contract like John and Jim?
No, there's another comment that said, "Happy anniversary, boys. Cheers to at least another 6 months." That's more where we're at.
Yeah. Right, we're really day to day. We're kind of like Cooper Cup right now.
Day to day.
I mean, I think we can promise another 6 months.
Well,
we'll see.
We got that hammy though.
Once those flamethrowers come, who knows?
Yeah.
Crazy things happen here at Christmas time.
Yeah. It's the most wonderful time.
On St. Patty's Day?
386 is a big Notre Dame fan.
Okay. Go Notre Dame. I knew that. Well, also, we had a hell. Yeah, that was awesome.
We had 3 hours to turn Irish, and we did.
We did.
Travis did for sure.
What?
Travis was so drunk.
There was a lot happening.
Let's go through drunkest bar car Fridays. I know for a fact mine was long ball.
Oh,
I kissed a man.
Yeah. You, you
that did
And
happen.
I'm pretty sure Travis was either Moonshine or St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Rich?
Yeah.
My drunkest bar car Friday. That's a great question.
What was cool about St. Patrick's Day for me is my son was here.
Oh yeah. So he got to watch that whole thing unfold.
Caleb was just sitting over there. This is a job.
Literally, he started telling Travis after that. He was like, "I want to work in Radio Pop.
I love it.
I love corned beef and cabbage, as it turns out. And do you guys do that every day?" You know what? Actually, the drunkest I think I've been since we started doing this show, well, hands down for sure, was the long ball invitational.
For sure. Yes.
Dude, I had my shirt off for 7 hours
In the direct sunlight in 96 degree heat.
So I was literally walking the course like Sasquatch. I was coming out of woods because I had a piece off, and people were like, "Ah!" And I was just like, "Oh, sorry."
Like superpower Rich activated. You chipped in from like 40 yards on the final hole.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I'm an athlete. I've told you that. It's a hidden talent.
It was awesome. Awesome.
We haven't popped any of this champagne yet. Should we do it?
Yeah, do we need cups?
Oh shoot, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Ben's gonna go.
Ben's getting
All right,
cups.
I'll wait for Ben to get back to
Okay.
pop it. But yeah, the Bar Car Friday thing, the evolution of that was actually awesome too, because originally it just started out where we wanted to just shake up some cocktails for each other, bring in a blender and make some mixed drinks.
I think it actually started with Dale DeGroff on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we did the Thanksgiving old fashioned,
Mhm.
which Jay's going to come in and mix up some old fashions for us today.
Yep.
Which is a nice throwback to the first. It wasn't even a Bar Cart Friday. It was a Bar Cart Wednesday.
Yeah, we had him on. I believe it was the day before Thanksgiving. And so Dale DeGroff walked us through our first cocktail we made on this show. And then we, from there, we were like, we should do this every week.
Yeah.
Like, we should make a different drink every week. That was a lot of fun.
We had Pam Wisnitzer on. We set a drink on fire in here.
Yeah. She had us make the Hanukkah cocktail.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. And then, so it's all sort of spiraled into what it's become now, which is an absolute bleep show every single Friday. And we're thrilled with it. And we're thrilled that you're thrilled with it. So again, we're celebrating a 1-year anniversary, but so is everybody who's listened to the show, who's participated in this show. Ran into Jeremy, who is a longtime texter of this show from the 949. He and Lucas and his son Nicholas came out to Legoland right before swim practice to hang with us. I was the only one remaining because you guys flew solo and I had 2 kids with me. So literally the conversation was like, so you guys sticking around here? Like, we're going to look like a couple creeps if we don't get out of here immediately. So you guys split. I stayed with the kids and Annie and ran into Jeremy. So that was thrilling because when you have this much interaction with your listeners, and we do, and we are constantly inviting everybody out to join us different places doing different things. It really is fun. It's a joy for all of us. And we mean that from the bottom of our hearts. So thanks for being along for the ride.
Yeah.
AJ on YouTube says, best part of my mornings is waking up at 6 a.m., being stuck in traffic with you boys. Happy anniversary. Keep up the amazing work.
Thanks, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Peggy says, favorite memory was the Rogers blackout. Died laughing at that. That's one of my favorites.
That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Rich almost pooped.
The 615 says his favorite moment of the year was definitely the 999. He remembers laughing all day long over how many F-bombs I dropped during the 999.
You did get really cussy when you get drunk.
Well, I mean, it happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Is
That
it
just happened. No, it wasn't shooken up.
No.
No. We're good.
All right, a little champagne to celebrate the occasion.
It's good. It's a good start.
Yeah,
Okay.
go.
Here, I'll run this into Ben.
Okay. Get you one in front of you. Yeah, so after a year, if we learned anything, radio's a lot better with a little booze. So we try to do this at least once a week. But also here's this. Want to get to, hang on. I'm gonna get myself resituated here. Want to get to the news of the day. So anybody's paying attention to college football, it's been just a complete turnstile of events going on. Just teams in, teams out. It's constantly shifting. The latest from sources is that the ACC has officially invited SMU, Cal, and Stanford to join the ACC for the 2024 football season. So the Pac-12 is disintegrating by the moment at this point. They're down to 4 teams: Cal, Stanford, Washington State, Oregon State. So this would be a death blow to the Pac-12 unless they get busy formulating a new plan to gather up some teams to go to networks with and say, hey, we have a firm commitment from team X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and we have these 2 teams remaining. Let's talk turkey. I don't really see a Pac-12 existing unless they get to work real fast.
But are there enough good teams out there that they could put into the Pac-12 that would make it the same sort of viable conference that it was?
No.
Yeah, no, there's not. Which that TV deal has to drop dramatically at that point.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah.
College football's dead. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, to 1 year, boys.
Ooh, that's nice.
Actually, that's really good. What is this?
It's a little Wilson Creek peach champagne.
Peach Bellini.
Peach.
Dude.
Yeah. Come on.
Travis.
What?
Thank you.
Come on. I'm a basic B.
But yeah, college athletics is in a rough spot right now, and I don't think all this shifting is helping anything. In fact, I think it's ruining a lot. I don't know where this all leads, but I wish we could hit the fast forward button and get to whatever it is, whether it's one big super conference where all of the top teams in the country are squaring off with each other on a week in, week out basis. Damn be the SEC, damn be the ACC, whatever there is, and just let college football decide truly who the best team in the country is every single year by having a fair system to it. Because right now it's not. You're getting 4 teams that ESPN wants in a college football playoff.
Yeah, you are. I mean, it would be nice if it was broken up a little bit more like the NFL. I mean, the problem is there's so many teams. So, I mean, there's a lot you'd have to try to figure out and put together, but it'd just be nice if it made a little more sense, in my personal opinion. And adding these 3 teams to the ACC makes less sense of it all.
Well, here's the good news. Here's the upshot. So college football will get better. I promise you. It will get better with a 12-team playoff. And that's coming in 2024, along with a lot of these changes that we're already discussing. You know, UCLA and USC being in the Big Ten, along with Washington and Oregon joining that conference as well. Arizona State, Arizona, Utah, all going to the Big 12. SMU, Cal, Stanford going to the ACC, assuming that they accept this invitation, which I ultimately think they will. This is going to be what college football looks like by and large, unless, again, the Pac-12 gets busy here. That's what it's going to look like in 2024. And it will be better because a 4-team playoff, to your point, Ben, makes 0 sense. That's the most frustrating thing about the way the college football season ends. It used to be highly anticlimactic. Bowl season was for some, but not for all, because a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, like if we're going to have a bowl season and nobody knows exactly which bowl is for the national championship game, and there's different teams making those claims, why do we even have a postseason?
Right.
I don't even understand why 12 is the number they're settling on. Like, make the regular season shorter, make it 32. You know, and to make those the bowl games. Yeah, it's a strange number. I don't exactly. My guess is there were people in the room who wanted less. There were people in the room who wanted more, and they met in the middle. That's my guess. It's creating a movie without having the end in mind. Like, that's kind of what college football is right now. It's so disconjointed.
That is so perfectly stated, Fletch. That's exactly what's happening. It's taking a plane up and having no idea where the airport you're going to land it at. And you're running out of gas. Like, now, don't get me wrong. It's a good plane, and there's a lot of people on that plane, and a lot of people are really excited to know what the destination's going to be.
And the flight is really fun.
Yeah. We're having a good time in the air, but give us like a sneak preview.
Exactly.
Like an early screener on the ending. That would be neat.
Like college basketball, every single year, like I love the regular season of college basketball. Most people don't. Okay. But everybody knows exactly where it's going.
Yeah, I mean, Travis, am I lying? Fletch texts us constantly and be like, do you guys see what UMass is doing to Temple right now? And we'll be like, Ben, leave us alone. Leave us alone.
And I promise I won't send any texts this year. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be watching college basketball.
They can't make that promise.
Why
would you make a promise you can't keep?
You can't keep that promise.
College basketball regular season is sports perfection, in my opinion. College basketball postseason is even better.
March Madness. Florida Agricultural A&M take on SEMO State, and This is the third overtime. If you turn on ESPN 8+, I'm
Wanna
like,
get me going?
I don't even know
Get
that's
going. It is the truest form of
There's
basketball.
a
college
guy
basketball.
named Tyler Lockins. He is going off right now.
The NBA
He's
blows.
5'6". He's Caucasian. His parents are lawyers. But he is an unbelievable jump shooter.
He's a phenom.
Can I finish?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, college basketball has this regular season that is ultimately every single game super important because everything goes into your net rankings, your power rankings. Everything goes into the same thing, right? And all across the country, there's different teams from different divisions, different conference levels, different strength of schedules that are able to be judged in the same exact way to get to the big round, the March Madness, the dance where everyone wants to get to, and it's equal opportunity across the board for Division I basketball.
Did you say the big round?
The-
They should call something that.
the
I
big
agree.
round.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that could be my nickname.
Come on.
But you know where
Ben,
it's
the big
going.
round Fletcher joining you here on Brock Talk.
And whether
Big
it's
Rich
Cal
TV,
Poly
big
of
round.
San Luis Obispo or San Diego State, they have equal opportunity at the beginning of every season to get to the big dance.
Ben is fired up right
Yeah,
now. And
he is.
I
But
absolutely
why does
Wow.
college
We
football
have
not have something
so
like that?
far away from basketball.
Why do we not understand in
Okay.
college football how any team could make it to the championship? Because right now there's like 5 teams who even have a possibility.
Let me propose something to you that I think makes a lot of sense. And I want both of your reaction. Ben, you're absolutely nuts about sports. Travis, you're the guy who I picture, like most Americans, who sit down like, what's on tonight? You know,
Right,
so like,
right.
so I want both of your reaction to this. I say you do it just like college basketball. I say you do
I
it
agree.
just
I'm
like
in.
college basketball. Like, so I don't care. Take 64 teams. Whittle the field down to one national champion. Play less regular season games. Play 10. All right. The national champion, if you go down from a field of 64, so 64 to 32 is one game, right?
Mhm.
32 to 16, is that accurate math? Yeah, is
Yeah.
another game.
Mhm.
16 to 8 is another game.
Yep.
8 to 4 is another game. And then 4 to 1 is another game.
And
That's
that
it.
doesn't mean you don't have bowl games.
Well, it'd be
Like
4
that-
to 2 and then 1 to 1.
Excuse me. Yeah. So 16.
64 is probably too many games.
The most,
No, it's not.
if you have a 10-game regular season, the most a champion would play is 16 games because you don't have a preseason. And look, I mean, you're having NFL players play 17 games now in the regular season. They're finishing the season with what, 21, I think is the most they can finish with regular season games plus 3 preseason games. And stop. Like, I mean, now that the players are being paid, we can talk less about, but these are amateurs who are going to school. Some of these guys are millionaires before they walk on campus. So
yeah, and by the way, they're going to school because they're playing football.
right. So I mean, let's worry about that a little bit less and keep the main thing the main thing. All of these players want more access to life's golden ring. Playing football is their best chance to grasp at it. So if you give 64 teams a chance to start your college football postseason, if you think March Madness is crazy,
college football would be 10 times.
talk to
Oh,
me
man.
about January Madness. Holy smokes,
And
dude.
64 or 32, whatever you want to shake it out at that, 1,000,000% yes.
Yeah.
Make it that. Make it fun. Make it fun. I mean, because then all of a sudden, I mean, after the 10-game season, there's a lot to look forward to. A lot to look forward to. And every game means so much, which, I mean, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, you literally like it would give teams like a San Diego State, for example, like an opportunity to be a tournament team probably 7 out of the past 10 years if you had a 64 team bracket.
UCF would no longer have that dumbass argument that they were the national champion that year because they didn't play anybody.
Yeah,
but
they
then
weren't.
we could figure it out. Like, okay, if you say and that's what you are, then go in there and beat Alabama in the round of whatever it would be.
And by the way, no offense to Scott Frost, who built up a great Central Florida team and then went to Nebraska and got like booed out of the place, like was absolutely dreadful. And it's going to be interesting to see Nebraska football. I don't want to get on that tangent, but to see what they do with
Probably not as popular as volleyball at Nebraska.
No. We talked about that story yesterday. That was insane.
That was so cool.
92,000 people showing up at Memorial Stadium to watch the Nebraska volleyball team play Omaha.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, it's SummerSlam. It was all right, we got a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania coming up in Omaha.
Oh my
Get
God,
your
guys.
tickets.
The
What do you
moms
got?
have weighed in.
What's happening?
Well, my mom said it happy anniversary earlier, and she said to make sure to tell the guys that you are both now officially Fletcher children as well.
I love Mama Fletcher.
Text
And I
from the
love Mama
951.
Dale.
Okay, yep.
Happy first anniversary. Wow, congratulations. Best year ever. I didn't miss a day. You guys are the greatest. Cheers to all the great years ahead. Love you, Mama Dale. Heart,
Wow.
heart, heart,
Wow,
heart,
wow,
heart.
She is the best.
Wow.
Mama Dale.
Thanks, Mama Dale.
Travis
Mama-
went and bought a cake.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But she offered to make several items, and then she's like, "Who's coming in today?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I mean, is the family coming in?" Like, no. It's just like a Friday.
It's just me going to work, Mom.
Yeah. She's like, "Okay, well, I can make chicken wings, and then I'll make the sheet cake, and what else should I bring in?"
My mom actually came to town. She's in from New York, and so she spent the day while we were all at Legoland. She said she spent the day at the house buying groceries for us. So yeah, she landed while we were actually in the park playing with our little Lego guys. But anyways, I get home and she was like, wow. She's like, the house is so clean, and I was like, well, yeah. We actually had someone come in and do that for us. And she was like, I bought some groceries and here's some wine.
Could you open it for me, Richie?
Did Annie make you clean up the house before the house cleaner got there?
Oh my God. So 2 nights ago,
By the way, met Annie for the first time. Lovely.
Yes.
I don't know why you've been hiding her from us.
she's a good
Yeah,
gal.
or I don't know why you've been hiding us from her.
Okay, well, actually, that
Like,
wasn't Annie.
yeah.
That was a paid actress. And those children weren't mine. I found them in the park. I mean, those children.
Everything's normal.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's the unfortunate reality of having little kids is whenever Annie gets invited to things or I get invited to things, the conversation is like, so who's gonna watch them? Because they're almost unwatchable. They're a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, that's the reason why I go solo to a lot of stuff. But
That's fine.
eventually they'll move out, which is cool.
That's right. It's right. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Can't
right
wait
around
till
the
your
corner.
kids turn 14 and we can give them their first beer.
We'll do it on the show.
That was not said on the air.
We'll do it on our last
Silly
show.
Joke.
I know it's a joke. Come on.
Kobe's
come on.
kids time. Favorite moment is fulfilling my bucket list goal and playing Must Ask You a Question.
Ah.
Kobe's good to see you, man.
Yep,
And
yep.
Maria, happy anniversary, guys. Love y'all. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
That feels good. That really does.
It does feel real good. Yeah, we had a housekeeper that I think came every other Friday when I was growing up. Well, at least for a brief period of time. But man, oh man, that Thursday before, we had to clean that house. My mom wanted that house clean.
Oh, dude.
I mean, she didn't want the housekeeper to think that we lived in filth.
there is a thing that happens, and it's every week where we have a mountain of laundry, and it's like Tuesday, and I just think to myself, like, sweet God, we are going to have a fight about the laundry sometime in the next 48 hours. Like, it's almost like you can feel the like rumblings before the earthquake hits. Anyways, all right. Coming up next, it's a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. We're popping champagne, celebrating the first anniversary. A couple more remembrance texts from the year that was. We'll be right back after these messages.
Celebrating our 1-year anniversary on a Bar Card Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. We will continue with a look back on a year that was. Next.
This update is presented by AutoZone. We will begin here with Aztecs football because coming up tomorrow, it's week 2 for the Aztecs, week 1 across college football. Aztecs welcoming Idaho State into town. Boys looking to hit 2-0 on the year. Listen to our coverage beginning at 5:30 tomorrow with John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, and Jim Russell on the pregame show. Then Rich and Ted have the call at 7:30. Tickets still available at goaztecs.com. We're going to be giving away a pair of tickets on the show today. That is coming up within this hour. Padres lose last night to the Giants 7-2, 11 games under 500, 8.5 out of the postseason. And breaking news out of the world of college athletics, the ACC officially inviting Cal, Stanford, and SMU to join their conference. Starting Stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Big Rich, CD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760, celebrating 1 year together as a family. We got ticket giveaways to that still are coming up. Tickets to the Aztecs game this Saturday versus Idaho State. Also a pair of tickets to the summer block party featuring Jodeci and SWV. That's coming up on Sunday at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Don't know how we're giving those away yet. Are we doing tailgate trivia? Because I forgot to even look at some questions.
Well, I've been teasing that we're giving away the Aztecs tickets in this hour.
Okay, all right. So this hour, Aztec tickets.
We should do that. If we
Good tease.
You've been teasing him, we should do that. No big deal. Okay. What's interesting about this college football story, and I missed this earlier, I wanted to get to this real quick before we moved on, is there's college football format changes that are coming potentially, but they won't do it until there's clarity on this ACC thing. So I guess ESPN is, I would assume, putting the feet to the fire for schools like Cal and schools like Stanford and SMU to make this decision quickly before they agree ultimately to expand the postseason. I guess that's what this is. But yeah, it says this. It says if the Pac-12 dissolves in 2024, as many expected to, the CFP would change how it chooses teams in the expanded 12-team format, which also begins in 24. The current model includes 6 of the highest-ranked conference champions plus the next highest-ranked teams, which also allows Power 5 conference champions plus a group of 5 champ. If the Pac-12 doesn't exist, though, CFP is considering changing the criteria to the 5 highest-ranked conference champions plus the next 7 highest-ranked teams. So just to give you a little preview into what's being discussed behind closed doors, none of that is set in stone yet.
We got tons of texts coming in wishing us happy anniversary, and this is one of my favorite ones we've gotten so far. This one's straight to the heart. From the 575, my team, congratulations and happy 1-year anniversary to my favorite on-air guys. Mama Bobby, sending you lots of loves and hugs from New Mexico. P.S. Krang says hi too.
Oh,
Mama Bobby with Krang the tumor. I'm
Dude,
glad you're listening. Hope you're doing well.
She's a badass. Bob Armstrong reached out to us, one of our listeners, to name a tumor, and we called it Krang. After a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain, and we apologize for our immaturity, but we're very glad that you're recovering well from the surgery.
So I don't even know if we brought this up on air, but Bob Armstrong later that night, because we named Krang on a Friday.
yes,
but
we did.
Later that night, he sent me a message. He ordered personalized Krang necklaces.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No way.
He sent me
cool.
pictures of the Krang necklaces and his mom wearing them.
That's awesome.
So
That's amazing.
Mama Bobby, we appreciate you. You have no idea.
And
that
then
was very cool.
From the 858, happy anniversary from No Job Joe and Sheena. Love the show and appreciate you guys having us there. Even if you are only Rich's warm-up show. Yeah, we still got beef there, Ornberg.
Whoa, dudes! I would never talk about you guys like that to your faces.
Except for that one time on national radio.
That is accurate.
Also,
that is so also
like more national radio beef. When Doug Gottlieb had you on the other day, he introduced us as Big Rich, TD, and Fetch.
As in, can you go get us some plates and forks and knives for this cake?
So this is a true story. Gottlieb was filling in for Colin earlier this week on the Herd. So I'm on the Herd and I'm being interviewed.
Dude,
and
I've met Doug Gottlieb like 5 times.
As I'm being introduced, I was actually shocked because a lot of his producers like our show. I'm just letting you know. We have fans at Fox Sports Radio.
Iowa Sam's the man.
Iowa Sam's great, but a lot of these guys. So anyways, I was talking to Greg. Greg was talking to me before I hopped on the show with him. He's like, dude, how's the show going? I love the stuff on social. I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. And we're just, chopping it up for a little bit. He's all right, Doug's ready in about a minute. So it goes dark. And then, hey, welcome back to the Herd. Doug Gottlieb filling in with Colin Cowherd. And joining me right now, live from San Diego, where I host a show on San Diego Sports 760, Big Rich, TD, and pregnant pause, Fletch. I wish we had audio. I'm pretty sure I went like in the background.
Got like 6 tweets in like 3 minutes.
Fletch is gonna be so pissed.
Wow.
And I love Doug. He's really good on college basketball, but you're a real jerk.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What do we do?
Funny memory from the 913 interviewing Ben's high school coach and to determine his actual height, his nickname Puddles, and whether fans actually chanted Fletcher.
You do it wrong every time. Speaking of which, my dad just texted, this is probably mean, and I'm a bad dad, but my favorite part of the show is when Travis and Rich make fun of you, which happens daily. So I love this show.
Yeah. Thank you, Keith.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Papa Keith.
It's weird. It's our favorite too.
It really is. It's honestly, and I mean this, and I really mean this. I only surround myself with people who can take a joke. I don't want to spend time with you if you can't. It makes me miserable when people don't understand humor. One of my favorite things about Ben Fletcher, and I mean this, is his abundant weight because I can poke fun at. No, I'm kidding. No.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right.
No,
Right.
you have
No.
you have a great sense of humor.
Right.
It's fun. It's fun to make fun of people who have fun being made fun of.
That's right.
Can't
Exactly
grow
right.
up
And
sweating
you-
this much and not take a joke.
It's
you
quite-
have-
you are so sweaty.
and
Even
you're
to-
a
right
full
now.
70 inches tall.
I mean, dude, and there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of anything.
I know. Well, you know what? Honestly, maybe we should change that because some shame might do you some good.
661. My favorite part of the show has been syrup chugging and the aftermath
Oh
with the
my
broken lizard guys.
Oh, that was cool.
I forgot that happened.
Chug syrup on air.
That was
Not right meow.
disgusting.
Back then.
Right, meow.
Right
You
meow.
mean right meow meow?
Right meow.
They watched us do that, and I remember they gave us they were like, no, you gotta loosen your throat. I was just like, wait, what?
Wait, yeah.
Remember they were
also,
saying-
it's going to make you sick. Just so go.
Yeah, they were like, we didn't have the budget to CGI anything, so we actually chugged syrup, and we had to do 3 takes of it, and we all had issues in the bathroom
Yeah.
afterwards.
And then we went, wait, so we shouldn't do this? And they're like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. You should do
You
it.
should do it.
And so we did.
Yeah.
And guess
619.
what? It wasn't good later.
No.
619, Travis comes on board a year ago today, and our baseball team goes to absolute crap. Coincidence? Happy anniversary, guys.
I
Yes, you
want
didn't
to
eat the
say,
chip.
I want
My
to say,
God, we got this text beforehand. Ben, this is Granny Gertrude on the text line. Happy 1-year anniversary. Do you think now would be a good time to settle on your end of the deal for the Tacoma? So there is a grandmother that you met on grannyzone.com
where you got this truck from.
who apparently you've left high and dry.
Not good.
Mm-mm.
Not good.
Mm-mm-mm. Sounds like there's a little business to be
Why are you so quiet over there? Why are you so quiet, Fletch?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure everything I say I would have to dump.
I
So,
love.
What happened? Did the cat get your tongue?
I can't say any of this.
This kitty purrs.
There's a lot going through my head right now.
You work for this Tacoma.
I
Oh my
What?
God! Oh my God! You're not allowed to say that on radio.
That's why I didn't say it.
You can't.
Oh my goodness. Why would you grace our ears with that?
That was
welcome.
so inappropriate.
Unbelievable.
How?
I love No Job Joe and
Okay.
Sheena.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
brushed
wow.
over that text, but
Yeah.
those are the fine folks over at Jack in the Box.
Dude,
Yeah.
so Sheena comes in. She's the vice president of Jack in the Box. First of all, we dead named her kind of. We were like, yeah, she's like the marketing
Oh.
consultant
Yeah.
of it was Travis. Travis did it. We'll throw him under the bus. Travis was just like
Listen.
executive promotions director over at Jack in the Box. She's like,
It's an intern at Jack in the Box.
she leans in. She was like, I'm the vice president, you idiot. And we're just like, whoa, we didn't realize we were in the room with royalty. Do you know Jack? Anyway, so she was in here. And then there was this guy.
Handsome, buff,
Oh my God.
total beefcake.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally flexing his triceps and
Yeah.
just making a lot of uncomfortable eye
Yeah.
contact.
Every
And
time
I'm-
he pointed to something, it was one of those, I think it's right over this way.
He made his
know.
pec stance so much, which I was like,
Yeah.
and
I was mesmerized. I was hypnotized that day.
I was fully aroused.
Yeah.
And when
And yep, he was.
Travis checked. Anyways, when they came in, they brought us so much Jack in the Box. I want to say there were 100 different items in here.
there's
Oh,
still
yeah.
egg roll
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
There's-
actually, there's a
there's
piece of egg roll that
there's
will
egg
always
roll
be with
remnants.
us.
You asked for an egg roll, I tossed it at you. If there was no glass there, that would have hit you square in the face.
But
Sometimes
we all thought Joe had a job with Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We kept saying, yeah, look, Sheena, she's the vice president. We just learned of Jack in the Box, and Joe, he works there too. And then Joe off mic goes, "No, I don't. And then she was like, "Yeah, no, he doesn't work." I was like, "Is he with you?" And then she goes, "He's my husband." And then we're like, "Does he work at all?" She goes, "No, he does push-ups." It was the best. That
Do
was
them now, honey.
Show these boys who's boss, Joe.
You know what, Joe?
And he
Drop
did.
and give me 10
He did. He did it.
right now, Joe.
Oh, best. God, it's good times. Good times.
How about this?
Yep.
How about this on the text line? Rich motorboating and purring. Oh yeah, miss hearing those. Bless America.
Travis and I were joking about wedding crashers yesterday.
Yeah.
There was various proposals being happened in Miniland, San Diego.
There was a full wedding
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
And so I said that maybe we should put our Minilanders in the wedding as Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. And then we did, of course, the Vince Vaughn line.
Yeah, you motorboat and SOB. and the Lego people weren't that
Did you play the
enthused.
motorboat? Did you play the motorboat?
And then we asked them if we could put our mini landers on the Star of India in the San Diego port.
Yeah.
And like we did this so many times. Like John D'Angelo with Legoland would like look at Christina and be like, "Is that legal? Are we allowed to?" No, they she's like, "No, they move the boats. They would have to move your mini landers." It'd be like, "That guys, we can't do that." And I'd be like, "Well, okay. How about on top of a building?"
Right. I also requested us being flung over the Coronado Bridge.
Just holding on to each other.
And have Travis in the water getting eaten by sharks.
Yeah.
We said
Just
like,
Lego pieces floating. They didn't think that was that funny either.
they were not a fan of that
No.
joke at all. And then also we wanted to be on the track at the Del Mar racetrack, and they also said that was a bad idea.
Correct.
We only had bad ideas, as it turns out.
I also asked if I could just be tied up on the trolley train track. They said no, that is not okay.
Well, the MTS trolley is always going.
Yeah.
Text from the 619. Are you guys announcing the long ball golf winner today? I'm free on the 12th from Jared. We are not announcing it today because we were told we're not allowed to announce it today, but we are going to be announcing it next week on air. It's going in the hopper. That all happens in the back of the building. But if you want to sign up, that means you get an extra 3 days to sign up.
Yeah.
So head on over to sportssd.com, contests and promotions tab, free round of golf with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We will be providing the long balls. You just provide yourself.
And you can sign up as many times as you want.
Yeah, I think our guy Jeremy has signed up like 40 times.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
do not hesitate to jump in there and add more balls to the hopper.
I think we're pretty close to over 1,000 submissions for this round.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them.
Wow.
Because the
That's
videos
incredible.
that we've been putting out from the golf that we've been playing.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, we like to have a good time.
And there's somebody in the back writing names on bingo balls and putting them in the hopper.
We
That's
should do
That's
that.
how we should. That would be cool.
I would pay a good amount of money to have someone do that for us. And then just be in the back, like trying to like pull a gigantic like gyroscopic lever around, just balls tumbling over on themselves.
We are just minutes away from the official start time of a Bar Card Friday
Oh my god!
on our anniversary show. It's just flying by.
Yeah.
So look forward to we got what was the name of the brand again coming in here? Bardstown Bourbon Company. Brandon Smith, brand manager. He'll be joining us remote from Kentucky. San Diego guy is out in Kentucky right now, probably making bourbon.
My guess is he makes bourbon, and that's the reason why he needs to be in Kentucky.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So he's going to jump on the line with us. Tony Conja, Keg and Bottle, is going to bring in some of that delicious bourbon along with bartender Jay from K&B Bistro.
Great.
It's going to be making some old fashions. We'll keep the party rolling here. We've already popped some champagne, but we do need to
Give some tickets away like we promised.
we never forget.
And which ones did we promise? Aztecs?
We said Aztecs.
Okay, all right.
This hour.
A pair of tickets to go see the Aztecs take on Idaho State this Saturday at Snapdragon Stadium, 7:30 p.m. While you're there, you can also listen to the coverage beginning at 5:30 with John Shaver, J.R. Tolver, and Jim Russell. Ted and Rich on the call at 7:30, or be caller number one. First anniversary. Call number 1 right now. You're going to win those tickets.
So crazy. When did John Shaver join San Diego Sports 760?
I knew I flubbed it, and I just kept going.
It's John Tapper. We have the guy from Bar Rescue doing pre-games for Aztecs football.
I just thought if I just kept going like a professional, that no one would call it out.
That
Jared
reminds me.
Tolver sounds like a great guy too.
I said JR.
Jared Tolver? We got him? Holy smokes.
It's Junior Tolver.
Call now.
Clearly.
Call now for Aztecs tickets. And on the other side, we might have a little bit of a side hustle coming our way. That's next. Coming up next, a new side hustle we all must consider. That's next.
Thank God it's Friday!
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Whoops.
Whoops. Whoops. We were a little late last time.
Yes,
We got, well, Tony Conja's here. Jay's here. There's bourbon coming out of bags. It is truly a Bar Card Friday anniversary edition. We do have a new side hustle, though, that we're, I think, going to start. We'll start with Ben's house.
Yeah, it's called hot betting.
Hot betting. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben, have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, well, welcoming strangers into your bed every night has really become a profitable practice.
It's essentially like
You can tuck as much as $600 a month into your pocket.
Granny's only.
Wait, I got that.
Wait,
First of all, it's Granny's own.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but grannies only are allowed to
Um,
sign up for my services.
oh God! Oh, I get
Got
what
it,
you're
got it.
saying.
Yeah.
As long as you got a car.
That's how they pay. Huh.
So the explanation of hot betting is what exactly, Travis?
Well, it's like Airbnb, except I guess they thought, oh man, a room's too expensive. If I could just lay next to you.
God, I love where America is going.
So that's what they're doing.
So let me get this straight. If you got room in your bed, you can rent out half of it.
That's correct. That's correct. So
Yeah, I'm out.
yeah. Well, you're in.
Hang on, check
You're
this
in.
out. So during lockdown, this woman named, I'm looking for her last name or her first name, Monique Jeremiah, and this is what Monique looks like, was renting out one half of her bed.
So again, this feels illegal. This is like the therapist situation yesterday.
Whoa.
So yesterday we talked about how
Money
a
exchanges hands.
how a therapist, she receives her pay for her therapy, and she meets with couples, and she has relations with both of the members of the couple.
Correct.
And this young lady, she offers half of her bed for rent.
Inevitably, we're out of time.
Okay.
Well, okay. So if you would like to rent half of Ben's bed, it's $20 a night.
$20
Because
a
he
night.
wants to make up to $600 a month.
Or honestly, I don't think we should shortchange Ben. How about one night for $600?
I think that's good.
913 said, "Have you guys swiped for a butt yet on this 1-year anniversary show?"
We have
haven't-
not.
Oh,
We have not.
Coming up next.
Yeah,
You're
coming
damn
up
right.
next, we will check the algorithm. Happy anniversary on a Bar Card Friday. More coming up next.
This update is presented by the Jim Betrell Real Estate Team. It is our 1-year anniversary. Do you guys know what the other anniversary happening today is? 1 year of Snapdragon Stadium being open.
Wait,
no
what?
kidding.
1
September
year.
1st.
That was the
Yep.
same day?
Same day.
Wow.
Aztecs
look at
football,
us.
speaking of Snapdragon, coming up tomorrow. College football officially hitting week 1. Aztecs hitting week 2. They're going to welcome Idaho State into town. Boys looking to hit it to 2-0 on the year. Listen to our coverage beginning at 5:30 tomorrow. John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, Jim Russell on pregame. Rich Orberger and Ted Leitner have the call at 7:30. Tickets are still available at goaztecs.com. Padres lose last night to the Giants 7-2. 11 games under 500, 8.5 games out of the postseason. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Betrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. It is a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by our friend Tony Kanja at Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. Tony's in studio. Jay is in studio.
Good day.
He has become the unofficial bartender of this show, or maybe I should say official bartender of this show. When we see the beard, we know it's gonna get weird. It's Jay, and we are thrilled that we are now
in the house.
live streaming.
He's got the headset mic on, but he moved the headset way away from his face there, like he's not going to talk. Jay, sorry, you're a part of this, pal.
You are part of the show, Jay.
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
Yeah,
That's a
but,
great thing. Jay's the biggest celebrity in the room. Dirk Bentley pulled Jay Kennedy up on stage and shotgunned a beer with him.
Wow.
Wow.
What? So he comes back from the Dirk show, Fletch does, and he goes, do you want to know what the highlight of the night was? We're like, we'd love to know what the highlight of the night was. He goes, when Jay Kennedy gets on stage and shotguns a beer. I'll go, you mean Jay from K&B Bistro, Jay? And he goes, yeah. He got pulled up out of the crowd. Did you know this was happening?
absolutely not. Dirks Bentley has been my absolute favorite show to go to for a very long time.
Yeah, I hear he puts on a show, man.
Yeah, we went there and our friends were in the pit and we're like, hey, it's not sold out, $20 upgrade, come down to the pit. Went down to the pit, they were like right up front on the rail. And so we were just hanging out. And Dirks was going by looking for people to shotgun a beer with, and probably said that guy with the beard looks like a guy that can shotgun a beer.
Dude, yeah, that beard. It sells the bit. It really does. That's a hell of a beard. And Ben said that I got a little maybe competition brewing here.
We got some cold Coors.
Wow. Yeah, we do have cold cures. We also have Tony Kanja popping bottles in here.
No doubt about it. We
Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
bourbon
Little
today.
Bardstown, guys. This is going to be good. We've got a special guest jumping on, and
Yeah.
he's going to tell us all about it, and it's going to be exciting. It's delicious stuff.
Actually joining us right now, Brandon Smith, brand manager from Bardstown Bourbon Company. You can find him on Instagram at the Daily Dram. Just a wee dram for you, Brandon, this morning. How you doing, buddy? It's glad to have you on.
Yeah, top of the morning to you guys. Good to be on here with you. I see
Hey,
the
bud.
Aztec love in the background, man. It was cool. They were actually out here in Louisville for the tournament last year. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. We were just talking about this because the college football playoffs are going to be expanding to 12 teams. We don't know exactly how the college football playoffs are going to look now with, the Pac-12 is disintegrating and the ACC is trying to get Cal and Stanford and SMU. But we were talking about how we would love to see like the men's tournament on the basketball side, the 64 teams that get in, the field whittles down to a national champion. Like, I don't know if you're a college football fan, Brandon, but can you imagine if like there were 64 college football teams and we made the same bracket that they do in March Madness for college football? How cool would that be?
Man, that would be pretty epic. I don't know how they'd manage it, but it would be pretty sweet to watch regardless. I'm a UCLA guy. Did track at UCLA back in a past life, and it's kind of crazy to see what's going on in the Pac-12 and everything. But yeah, man, I'm just fired up. Football's back.
Yeah, same here. We're pumped for the season.
It was nice having you on the show, Brandon. We'll talk to you later.
Right,
See you
right.
later, guys.
Wait, hang on.
I'm pretty sure we're getting T-shirts made that say not nice things about UCLA.
Wait. I want to talk to Brett. Okay,
No.
we got to talk to our friend from Bardstown. Okay, how about this, Brandon? Maybe there's a little bit of a UCLA San Diego State bet somewhere in the future, because
I like that.
in less than 2 weeks, I mean, we're coming up on 8 days away from UCLA coming to Snapdragon Stadium here in San Diego. Your Bruins taking on our Aztecs. We're the flagship of San Diego State football. Could you see maybe us putting a little friendly wager on the line with you?
Hey, you know what? I'm always here for it, man. We can sports bet in Kentucky as of this week, so I'm ready for it.
Actually, let me ask you a question about that, right? Because sports betting not legal in California yet. Obviously,
Never done it once in my life.
Yep, none of us have. We have been choir
He's
boys.
got a guy.
Yeah.
What has it been like this first week? Has it been like the talk of the state, or are people slow to acclimate?
Yeah, so you can't use DraftKings yet, for instance, out here, but we've got everything goes through Twin Spires. So if you live in Kentucky, you probably have a Twin Spires account, so you can bet on the horses. So it's cool to see it. The good thing for me is, I ran across the bridge last night. It takes about 5 minutes to get to Indiana and place a couple bets, and then I came back into Kentucky, so I'm good to go.
That's awesome. Hey, Brandon Smith joining us, brand manager with Bardstown Bourbon Company, all the way out from Kentucky. Nice enough to be joining us here. Tony Conja from Keg and Bottle, 10 locations again around San Diego. Pick up your Bardstown Bourbon today at one of his many locations. Is joining us now to explain to us what exactly was just poured into these glasses in front of us, Tony.
So this is Bardstown's Bourbon Company. This is called their Origin Series, and it's the white label. So they have 3 or 4 different ones of these. How many different ones do we have, Brandon?
Yeah, we've got 3 in the Origin Series. So the first one we've got here is our classic high rye Kentucky bourbon. It's a 60% corn, 36 rye, 4% malted barley. Comes in around $45-50, and it's just a great whiskey. We launched it back in January, and this one actually won 98 out of 100 by the International Wine and Spirits Comp out of London. It won the highest rated bourbon of the year.
Wow. It smells fantastic,
dude.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons we had Brandon on, and if anyone's been to Kentucky, you've got to make sure you go to this distillery. So it's one of the relatively newer distilleries there in Bardstown. And it's state-of-the-art, spectacular. Like when I went, he took me through little tour and everything. And I've been to a lot of distilleries. This place is beautiful.
Dang.
So you've got to go. They do some good stuff.
We should probably go to Kentucky.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm going to take a taste.
I just took my first sip here. Dude, I'm in love.
Oh, wow.
That is smooth.
That is perfection. That is
like
absolute perfection.
That's like having a caramel melt in your mouth. That is absolutely stunning. All right. Wow. So how did you do it?
Right. Yeah.
How do you make bourbon that tastes that good?
Yeah. So, Tony kind of mentioned it, and, we'll start it off with, obviously love to have you guys out. And, if you come out, be sure to get connected, and I'll get you guys a VIP tour. We'll do it all, man. So, our distillery was built back in laid ground early in the 2014, 2015, but really started laying down the whiskey in 2016. And what others have, as a lot of tradition in the community, you've got, brands like Beam, obviously Maker's Mark, so many legacy brands that are in Kentucky, and where we are is Bardstown, Kentucky. So it's about 45 minutes south of Louisville. It's considered the bourbon capital of the world. We have 11 distilleries within 17 miles. So, it's just a special place. And I call it Silicon Valley of bourbon, because it's just, if you're in bourbon, this is the Mecca, and it's a special place. So we've got vintage library with $1 million collection of old whiskeys dating back to 1897. We've got prohibition whiskeys with like the medicinal doctor's note on the label. I mean, it's just so ripe with history. So we honor all that tradition, and ours is much more of a modern take on kind of what we want to give to the new world of consumers and new drinkers. So it's a special place, super awesome. We've got a beautiful restaurant and we've got no shortage of whiskey. So love to have you guys out.
I'm looking at a $220 flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And actually, I just looked up on kayak.com.
yeah, I'm on kayak as well.
The Distill Inn in Bardstown, only $220 a night there too. So
I mean, you know what?
$500 and we're in.
Yeah.
$500. We'll be there, Brandon.
We will definitely be there.
Save us a
Or
room in their you guys, they have a vintage room in there.
oh my gosh.
You walk in and like he's talking about, it pays homage to all the old super special bottles that everyone's out hunting for. Stuff I've never even heard of, that I've been in the business my whole life. And you're just like, I got to taste that.
wow.
And they will sell you a taste of it.
Jay Kennedy, you've been working in bars forever. What makes a great bourbon to you? What sells the best when you're attending bar?
I mean, you definitely get asked that question a lot because, at K&B, we got a million different bourbons to choose from. And I've had a good amount of them. I wouldn't say I've had them all, but definitely most people are looking for something that goes down smooth, that has great flavor, and that those caramel notes definitely help and stuff like that. Yeah, I tried this as well with you guys, and this is a winner. This is my first time trying it. So
yeah,
you guys nailed it, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon, great job, man. This white label is absolutely phenomenal. We had a note passed along to us here that you actually were recruited by the offensive coordinator at University of New Hampshire at the time, a gentleman by the name of Chip Kelly. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, man. I actually signed to play. He was the offensive coordinator at UNH at the time. They were ranked number 2, 1AA, and signed a full ride. Went out there, had a great time on the recruiting trip. A Southern California guy, never been to the East Coast like that, man. I flew into Boston, drove out there. I didn't even have a jacket. It was frigid cold in the wintertime, and I had this crazy dude who he was one of the safeties on the team, and he was my host on the trip. And it was just such a departure from Southern California. I fell in love with it, and signed a full ride, was ready to go. And life had a different path for me, and ended up taking a track scholarship to UCLA. So
wow. Then you drank so much vodka in your life that you decided, I should probably make whiskey.
yeah. Vodka and I don't get along very well. So
we did our research, Brandon.
No, but it's interesting crossover that he's now the head football coach with the UCLA Bruins. Because, I mean, look, Chip, his time at Oregon, obviously what he did to college football during his time there with those offenses was well documented, took it to the league, and it worked at first, but I think he just ran guys into the ground, and the pro game wasn't going to work for him, at least at that point. So it brings him to UCLA. I mean, just from an alumni standpoint, especially because we are 8 days away from kickoff between the Aztecs and the Bruins here at Snapdragon Stadium. What do you think, or I guess I should say, how has the alumni base reacted to Chip Kelly as the head football coach out there?
I would say the team is fired up, right? The school, the organization, kind of everything that they do. It's exciting when you have a coach that has a successful history, not only in the Pac-10 or Pac-12, but just across the board. And he's going to bring a new mentality to the team. And I think we've seen that over the last couple of years. He's starting to get the talent that he wants, recruit the right guys that fit the scheme, the mindset, the mentality. All those things are so impactful. And I think it's an exciting time for UCLA. We've got a new quarterback coming in, big recruited 5-star quarterback. So it's all exciting stuff. And I got to put a disclaimer out there. I've been a Georgia Bulldog fan since long before I even went to UCLA.
No kidding.
My best friend's brother played for Florida Gators, and naturally with your boys, you got to pick the team that's their biggest rival just to fuck with them. And here we are. So I've been a dog fan for like 25 years. I got Georgia Bulldog gear at my house, my light switches. I got pictures of UGA. So I'm just fired up for football across the board right now, man.
Love it. No, I love it. But I did joke about you having too much vodka when you beat USC, right? You were out at UCLA, you partied, had too much vodka, and you're like, I can't do vodka ever again in my life. Now you're making and selling bourbon. How did you start this? How'd you get into it?
You know, it's so funny. I was watching the that new Florida Gator documentary this past weekend, and there's a clip in there, you know, where they say like, "Hey, we got to get through this team, but UCLA and still has to, you know, beat USC to knock them out of the title race." And that was actually my freshman year at UCLA, and you're spot on, man. That bottle of Smirnoff hit a little hard back then. So you know, I got into whiskey actually when I moved to San Diego back in 2014, and just kind of fell in love with it across the board. I love, you know, Japanese whiskey, Scotch, bourbon, you name it. It's what I do. I'm a judge at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, which is the largest in the world. And, you know, I just have a true passion for the whiskey and what's in the glass. And a lot of that stems from the history and you know, what the legacy of these brands are. But it's so cool to be behind the scene now, you know, having to taste and touch every bottle that we put out, make sure the packaging looks good, right? So anything that has a Bardstown logo on it will go through myself and our team, and we've got a great team at the distillery, and it's just exciting to come to work and such a good time.
So, Brandon, you're joining the show on a very special day. It's actually our 1-year anniversary as a show. It's our 25th week of Bar Car Friday with Tony Kanja. You could not have been getting into business with a better person in San Diego. We love Tony. We love Keg and Bottle. Go out to dinner tonight at K&B Bistro. But some of the texts that have been coming in from our listeners the entire show has been hilarious. This from the 619 is actually pretty heartfelt. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys and how you help to set the tone for my day every single morning. You've developed a family bond and you allowed the fans to come along and truly feel like members of the family. Keep up the great work. That from Kerry Campbell, the champion of the Conky 5000. Kerry, we love you, pal.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he is the champion of the Conky.
Kerry got so many of them right.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
every naughty word we pumped out.
We had a naughty word generator Wednesday we used to do here, Brandon, and as a result, we had one listener who I just think he's just got a dirty mouth.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Dirty mouth, disgusting dirty mouth Kerry. But we love him. We really do.
A couple things here. One, Tony Kanja just poured us up another taster here. One, mine is, I mean, double the amount of everybody. Also,
we like Drunk Travis.
Drunk Travis is the best.
Wait, taster number one, you guys still have it in your glass. I thought we were supposed to finish these.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Catch up,
Are you going to refresh your tag there to Drunk Travis Dale or?
Yeah, but because that's the story of my life, Brandon.
Drunk Travis Dale gets very touchy and very cussy.
Yeah, he's not the real Travis. He's the drunk Travis.
Well, it's 1-year anniversary, so I just wanted to make sure that when you guys were going to reminisce in 2 years, can't remember the drunkest time. It'll be easy to remember.
It'll be the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, we know now.
Yeah.
So Brandon, is this the black label we just got poured up for us here? The one with the tree.
Yeah. Really, first off, congratulations on the 1-year anniversary. You know, Tony and I go way back, and we used to golf in San Diego and enjoy a lot of time back in those days, and miss that guy. But you guys have got a great partner with Tony, so couldn't say enough about their bistro as well, man. That food is fire.
So when we used to bet, you didn't really disclose how much of an athlete you were.
So
I feel like you need to pay back some of that money.
Sandbagging?
Yeah, Brandon, can we get measurables on you? You recruited to play football. You went to UCLA to play run track. But what, like height, weight? Come on.
Yeah. Height, weight, signing bonus.
Well, you want real height, or you want the roster height?
Don't worry.
Yes. Yeah, but by an inch.
Yeah, you always got to add an inch and a couple pounds on the football roster there, but just normal 5'10", 180 back in the day, and ran a 4.39 at the combine, and it's funny. I was doing football and love it. Right, there's nothing better than high school football and doing that experience with your boys, and it's a special time, I think, for anyone as an athlete to experience. But I started popping off some pretty fast times, broke the county meet records. I'm from Ventura, California, still have the school records, and ended up running fast and got a call from every Pac-12, Pac-10 school at the time. And, I couldn't pass up UCLA track and field. It's just the most historic track and field program of all time, with Rayford Johnson, Florence Joyner, and so many legends, Carl Lewis, right? So just amazing history again. And coincidentally enough, I have a history degree. So I think there's a common denominator here. I love it all, man.
want to hold off on trying this. Have you guys already sipped it?
Not yet.
We got 2 more to try.
I know, but we
You got 3 more to try.
Well,
Three
plus
more
we
to try plus old fashioned.
plus
Okay.
old fashioned. Let's
Okay.
try this
All
one right
let's,
now.
Let's sip on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. I don't
Okay.
want to get Tony. Thank you for running our show. He's the best.
Ooh, that's good.
I'll give you a little background on that while you guys are sipping and enjoying. So this is our Bottle and Bond whiskey. It's a 6-year-old as well. Everything in the Origin series is 6 years old. It's a 68 corn, 20 wheat, 12 malted barley. So got a really nice mouthfeel with the added barley. Really delicate profile with the wheat, and it clocks in at 100 proof. So beautiful whiskey. But our master distiller, he's just celebrated his 52nd year in the bourbon industry. He's Bourbon Hall of Famer. Used to be the master distiller for Maker's Mark. So wheated whiskeys are a big passion of his. And we were able to drag him out of retirement for this one. Employee number 1, Bardstown Bourbon. And this is
break,
really a
guys.
special whiskey for him.
It's phenomenal.
Before we go to break, 2 texts. 913, Drunk Travis is my favorite Travis. 717, have Drunk Travis eat the chip.
Oh my
That's
God.
something that can come into play. And then
God.
714, happy 1-year anniversary, guys. You make my day every day. And when I miss, I go to the iHeart podcast app and finish it. You guys, thank you guys for helping put a smile on my mom's face every single day. Truly appreciate all the love again and again. Congratulations, Bob Armstrong.
It's the 1-year anniversary of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch in San Diego Sports 760. It's a bar card Friday. Tony Conja in studio, keg and bottle. We got Jay Kennedy making up some old fashions. Brandon Smith from Bardstown Bourbon Company down the line. We continue next, and maybe the 1 chip challenge is completed on the other side. We'll find out.
More Bar Cart Friday presented by Keg and Bottle coming up next. This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz. We will start off here with college football because the Aztecs got a game coming up tomorrow on the 1-year anniversary of the station, the 1-year anniversary of Snapdragon Stadium. The college football season officially hits week 1. The Aztecs will be welcoming Idaho State into town. Boys looking to hit 2-0 on the year because they played in week 0. Listen to our coverage beginning at 5:30 tomorrow. John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, Jim Russell on the pregame show. Rich Ornberger and Ted Leitner will have the call at 7:30. Tickets are still available at goaztecs.com. We gave away a pair earlier on the show today. Padres lose last night to the Giants 7-2, 11 games under 500, 8.5 games out of the postseason. We have heard now that Yu Darvish is dealing with some bone spurs in that elbow. Looks like he's going to be out the rest of the year, although he says he wants to come back. Breaking news out of the world of college athletics, the ACC has officially invited Cal, Stanford, and SMU to join their conference. Conference realignment continues to thrash college athletics. Owning a Mercedes-Benz EV isn't just extraordinary, it's extra easy. Full of remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Thank God it's Friday! It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Yeah, yes. It is a Bar Card Friday. It is an anniversary show edition, show, however it works. I've had a couple. And now we were walking around the building.
Chip.
Eat the chip.
Eat the chip.
Eat it, chip. I love how they talk. We did notice that almost every studio now around the building has alcohol in it on Friday, which
So we are either great influences or bad influences on our coworker, but we walk by 933. Frankie Vizel has booze in his studio.
Yes.
We just came back from KGB FM because we do our sports updates over there every Friday. Me and Travis going for their happy hour, and they're just taking shots of tequila.
Wait, when did their happy hour start?
it was after hour.
Everybody's happy hour started after hours, and that's fine. We're fine with it.
That's right. Nobody has a Bar Card Friday.
That's true.
damn right.
Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
That's true.
10 locations
right.
all throughout San Diego County.
Yeah, we're thrilled. We're thrilled that Tony Khan is joining us in studio. Jay Kennedy is over there mixing up some old fashions, and Brandon Smith is down the line in Kentucky, brand manager of Bardstown Bourbon Company. And we're going to get to this old fashioned, and we're going to actually do dueling old fashions in a second. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention we're on the eve of the second day of the Aztecs football season. I shouldn't say day; it's game.
Second week 1 of college football. The semantics get so confusing when you get to this because there's a week 0 in college football.
Yes. And what's cool about it is I actually never really looked at full schedules of week 0 participants, but what they do is they build in a second bye week.
Right.
I wouldn't have known that unless the Aztecs were doing it, which is very cool. So 2 bye weeks for the Aztecs this year. So that gets them a little recovery later in the season. Anyways, big win against Ohio University, the Bobcats last weekend. They got Idaho State coming in, the Bengals. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go to goaztecs.com, secure your tickets for this one. SDSU Beach Towel Day. You can go and get a free promotional towel for the first 10,000 fans through the doors. SDSU faculty and staff day. Also,
the Aztecs basketball team will be out there.
Yeah.
The 2022 NCAA finalists, Aztecs basketball team, who made it to the national championship game this year. We played Lamont Butler's shot earlier in the show, one of the coolest moments in San Diego sports history, as he came down the right side of the basketball court and made that little 10-foot jumper to put the Aztecs past FAU into the national championship game. Talk about special moments. That moment of the year.
You know what? Just hearing you talk about it, like, I don't know. Did anybody else feel it? Like I pictured it in my brain.
You can
again.
picture Lamont in the air,
Like,
which it looked like he jumped about 6 feet in the air. I don't think he's ever jumped that high in his life.
Little runner, right off the right side, like out toward the wing, and he elevates, like you said, he was floating, and the ball off his fingertips. You knew it was good as soon as it left his hands, and you were just like, "Oh my God, this is happening."
Dude, I've never seen Brent Sperry have so much emotion about something in my life. Like, Brent is a very just laid back Wisconsin, doesn't care about anything until that happened.
Oh,
and
he's
he was
into
up
college
and
basketball.
screaming.
Yeah, he's into college basketball.
And playing that call from Teddy again, when we did that last hour, just brought back all the feels again.
I wonder if Lamont will be there tomorrow. I hope he is, because I want to give him a hug.
I bet you will. Lamont Butler obviously was cornerstone to their success. Brian Dutcher and the boys will be out there, and they're going to be presented with their Final Four rings at the game between the Aztecs and the Idaho State Bengals. So, again, looking forward to a 7:30 kickoff. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:30 with John Schaefer, Jared Tover, and Jim Russell on the pregame show. But it is our first anniversary here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760 alongside of us enjoys their first anniversary too.
We're going to eat the cake?
Oh, we haven't even cut the cake yet.
Well, that's because we got old fashions being mixed up. There's bottles being popped. I mean, there's a lot happening.
Okay,
don't mix up. Okay, so
1 and 2. Okay.
1 and 2.
I'll put 2 to my left, 1 to my right, and that's where we welcome back Brandon Smith as Tony Kanja, owner of Keg and Bottle, has just passed along these delicious libations made by Jay Kennedy, bartender at K&B Bistro. And first, let's start with you, Jay. Like, how do you make your old fashioned? What I saw you muddling
really well.
I saw you dousing ice cubes with all sorts of elixirs. What's happening in an old fashioned Jay Kennedy style?
So you start with the bitters. You put that down as the base. I use a little bit of this Amarena cherry juice. These cherries are top notch. Not your typical one you get if you're out at TGI Fridays or something.
How much do they cost?
This little bottle here is $25 for the bottle.
Wow.
So.
Good. Wow.
I told Lydia, can we use the cheap cherries? And
She said no.
No.
We need the one in the vase.
It really makes a difference too. I mean, the taste wise, and then also the presentation. But,
did Lydia even say anything, or she just stare at you silently?
You're right.
Yeah. That's
She didn't even
typical.
respond.
Yeah.
A little bit of simple syrup, muddle the orange peel, express the oil out of there, get those citrus flavors, and then just dress it with that nice big ice cube that doesn't melt down and kill the flavor of the bourbon. Keeps the drink a lot more bourbon forward with getting it cold, and then drop one of those cherries on top, just like it sounds, a cherry on top, and you're voila, there you go.
So drink number 1 here is with which Bardstown bourbon?
That was done.
with the white label, which is the first one we tried.
Okay.
The-
Okay.
The very first one we tried neat.
Okay. Oh my God, here we go.
So this was Brandon's idea. So Brandis, walk us through why you wanted us to do a
I'm
white
drinking-
label versus black label.
I'm
a
drinking.
weeded
Ran into the mic.
versus the regular.
I'm drinking in large gulps, Brandon.
I love it, man. I wish I could join you guys in the studio for one of those, man. I thought it'd be fun here to do old fashioned, right? Just a classic cocktail. You can get it anywhere. But this one I thought would be fun to do one with the high rye bourbon and one with the wheated bourbon. So you can really kind of see how secondary grain makes an impact with a cocktail, right? I think a lot of people, they just think, oh, old fashioned, you can make it with any bourbon or rye. And it's all the same, right? But the cocktail and the whiskey that you put into it certainly makes a difference. You know that Tony's not going to skimp on any ingredients like the cherries and all. Every detail makes a difference. And I think this is an exciting one. So curious what you guys like between the high rye or the wheated, and thought you'd be one you'd enjoy.
Okay, so
Brandon, the answer is yes.
Yes, all around.
So the high rye is the
Wow.
first one. That's the white label. We're gonna move on to the black label. I mean, I know
love,
you
I'm
did-
in
no,
love,
I
I'm
have to
in
stop
love.
Drinking the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Rich,
had- that
Rich
was
is
it.
almost done with his.
Sorry, I'm licking the ice cube. I have no more
Gosh,
old fashioned.
Okay. All right. So then the next one we're moving on to is
This is the the black label. This
okay.
is
The black label with the tree.
This is the weeded bourbon.
Okay.
So let's give this a
little taste.
A little taste of this one. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so
Oh,
think of
damn it, that
bourbon,
was
right?
good.
You
No,
got,
good Lord.
you got that dominant corn grain, and then you always kind of get to a fork in the road. Do I want this spicy rye, a little bit more dry, or do I want sweet wheat and allow those flavors to kind of come through? So both of them, make such a big difference, and I think you can kind of see that in these old fashions.
Yeah, I can, and I've learned a lot about myself today.
So have I.
One, Jay, I know you're a married man, and so am I, but we're gonna run away together.
Yeah, right.
Because the weeded.
Jay, you ever heard of hot betting?
I have,
Well, it turns out we have a new side hustle.
You guys want to know what's funny is so you guys have been telling me each time I've been in here.
Yeah.
I've heard this, and then I got a text early this morning before I was even awake, and letting me know it was your 1 year anniversary. So I brought something in a little special for you guys.
Wow! Stop it,
What?
Jay.
Oh.
Jay, what is this?
Wait, what? What is happening? Oh, wait, I gotta stop Adele.
Hang on.
No, keep it going. It set the tune.
Wait, I got a videotape.
Yes!
What? No! Oh my God! Yes!
You are my favorite bartender and my future husband.
Let's hotbed, Rich. Let's hotbed.
America drinking in.
For those of you that are not watching on YouTube, Jay is in an American flag. Oh my God! He just turned around. Speedo.
God,
Amazing.
Is it cold in the studio, or is it just me?
The temperature just got turned up on the thermostat.
Golly,
I'm gonna
so
take my
proud to
shirt
be
off.
an
I
American.
think in solidarity. In solidarity, it's happening.
Wow.
It's
I
fine.
had no idea this was gonna. The shirt's off. Stop it. The shirt's off. Wow.
1 year
there's so
anniversary,
much-
shirts off.
There's so much skin.
This is the best day of my life.
This feels good. This feels right.
Feels amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
All
Rich,
right,
you knocked
Jay.
asbestos off the wall.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just the dust.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
That's God's tears.
Brandon.
He knows what's happened here.
Brandon Smith, brand manager of Bardstown Bourbon Company. You are missing one of the most spectacular show of skin we've ever seen behind the bar.
Okay.
It's
Hey, I always get crap out here because I'm always say, hey, no shoes, no shirt, no problem. But I might have to put no pants in the mix too.
All right. Brandon, you keep your pants on because we're not done with you.
No.
We still have so much show left.
Wow. We do need, if you're gonna celebrate the Labor Day weekend this weekend, if you have Monday off work, this stuff is the ball. Go get some
my
keg and
gosh.
bottle.
Yeah, I'm
Mention
sorry.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Tony, are we giving like a 95% discount?
No, just 10%. We still got to pay the bills, but we'll throw 10% off to anyone that mentions the show. Come into any of the keg and bottle.
We've had a few, Tony.
Tony, but you did say specifically 100% off. No, I'm kidding. No.
The bartender is 95%.
Yes, that is
Yeah, we'll throw
absolutely true.
Jay. We'll throw Jay in.
It might be 98.
Is it 95% of clothes off or discount?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
you
right,
wear-
Brandon. That's right.
Jay wears the American flag Speedo very well.
I'm gonna be honest with
Look
you.
at his tattoos.
I can't take my eyes off of Old Glory. I really can't. I want to salute him, but I can't stand up.
Because I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free.
These colors don't run, and neither do we. Well, actually, we do have a brief commercial break, but on the other side, we'll wrap up our first anniversary. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We are thrilled to have Keg and Bottle, Jay Kennedy, Brandon Smith, Bardstown, Bourbon in the house. Next. Woo woo. I want everybody just to look at your feet right now. I want you to concentrate for a second on if they feel good, your ankles, right? Then your knees, your hips, your lower back. If you're experiencing any pain in any of these joints, I want you to get out to the Good Feet store. So this is what I did. Actually, I brought Travis and Ben with me when I went. We went to the Mission Valley location. The Good Feet store offers arch supports, and they test walk you for free. They fit you for free. You walk in the door, you get professional service every single time you go to a Good Feet store. 200 plus locations across the United States and overseas. It's incredible what they do. Also, a great web presence. Go to their website, goodfeet.com. You can book your appointment there. But this has been a life changer for me since I've been wearing these arch supports. Lower back pain melting away. Hip pain gone. Haven't felt it in a long time. So get to a Good Feet store today. Bar Cart Friday continues. Keg and Bottle in the house. Bardstown Bourbon Company in the house. It's our first anniversary. We'll be right back.
It is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and it is a Bar Cart Friday. It's a one-year anniversary. It's a special day here at iHeart San Diego. It's a one-year anniversary of the station, too. This is 1 year to the day since we made the flip from Extra 1360 to San Diego Sports 760, and now we encompass all of Southern California. It's awesome that more people can hear our voices every single day, and the texters have been showing it from the 714. Happy anniversary, guys. Congrats on your first year. I was a serious subscriber for many years, listening to a very popular morning show, and then I found you. Canceled my Sirius subscription, and now I'm a loyal listener to your show. Love you guys. Thanks for bringing some joy to our mornings. Rich, Travis, you there?
Dude, this has been one of the busiest, funnest days of our lives here. Brandon Smith joining us all the way out from Kentucky. Thank you for joining us here from Bardstown Bourbon Company. We have one more whiskey to taste after enjoying the white label, the black label, dueling old fashions on our first anniversary here. We all just stripped to our underwear basically in studio.
Naturally.
Yeah. We have pictures. Don't worry. You'll see it later on the gram, as they call it, Brandon. But right now we have, well, I should say I have in my hand the collaborative series from Bardstown Bourbon Company.
All right.
This is the Foursquare. This is, or excuse me. Oh, this is a collaboration with Foursquare Rum Distillery. So is this rum cask? Is that how this is done?
Yeah, exactly. So collaborative series here is probably my favorite SKU that we do. We celebrate our collaborations, right? So if you look on the left side of that bottle, you can see exactly what is inside the glass. So true to every product we do, 100% transparency. We're not hiding things, no myths, no lore, no secrets, just straight up, here's what you get. So that one's got the 7-year Indiana rye whiskey and
there it is. Yeah.
17-year Tennessee whiskey. And then we finished those in Foursquare rum barrels for 23 months. So almost 2 additional years of maturation in the rum barrels. It's, widely considered the best rum cast finish whiskey on the market and just insanely delicious. I know you guys are going to like this one.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
that is good.
All right.
So Brandon, we're gonna try this right now because we're run up against the end of the show here.
It's
Hang
a
on.
totally different taste from the other two also.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, I like that one. Holy smokes.
Okay, so
Holy smokes.
this is one of my favorite things to do is to fall in love with a brand, and I already have with Bardstown today.
Tony, I got to be honest, the nose feel.
The nose
Yeah.
feel.
on the nose.
This is the best one on the nose. Hell
On
of
the
a nose.
nose.
What's that hell of a nose?
You know
in
what?
a
It's the tannins we love, Brandon. It's the tannins.
Brandon, I want to tell you, these guys have come a long way in a year since I've joined them.
Yeah.
Their palates, their sophistication, what they get on the front, the
yeah,
middle, the
The
end.
nose feel.
It's
The nose feel. We have the terminology
viscosity.
down, Brandon.
I think you're forgetting the San Diego coin term. It smells of rich mahogany.
actually I do
kinda
love
does.
I love the color of this one, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously with the rum casks that you guys age it in, all of a sudden it has this like dark, like brooding brown caramel color. It's really awesome.
That's the one you want up on a shelf.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there.
Look at this.
Fair
thing
to
right
say, Labor Day weekend, if you're trying to drink bourbon, if you're trying to drink whiskey this weekend, go out and get you some at Keg and Bottle.
Keg
10
and Bottle.
locations.
Yeah. And if you're not trying, you should be trying.
Yeah, you
And
really
if, you're,
should.
and if you're not in town, just go to kegandbottle.com. We'll send it to you wherever you are at.
Bingo. With the discount.
With a
95%?
discount. Yeah, just text me. I'll work it out.
Sounds good.
We'll include a picture of me and Rich stripped down.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. It'd be
If you
impossible
s-
for us to do a 1-year anniversary show without playing How Many Swipes to a Butt. So everybody in the studio
Okay. All
right
right.
now.
All right. How
Okay.
many swipes to a butt? All right. I'm opening up TikTok.
Everybody take out your
Okay.
phone if you have TikTok, the app, and
Wow. Okay. So we're swiping to find a butt. I have so many
Okay.
Mario video games
it's a
now.
3.
Mute him. Mute him.
Wow. It's
It
muted.
was-
It's muted. It's muted.
It was 3 swipes to a butt.
Wow.
Attaboy. I am the biggest creep on the show
Well,
again.
I-
This happens every time we play this game.
Gosh, I looked up French toast Uncrustables, and that's all I get now. That's all I get. That's my new algorithm. I don't have a butt at all. I'm at like 25.
Brett-
Oh wait,
Brandon,
Nope.
Brandon down.
Nope, those are
No,
balls.
There we. There we go. We
That'll-
got it.
that
We got
does it.
That'll do it. All right. So like 28. Wow, my algorithm is way off.
Brandon, have you opened TikTok? Have you swiped until you saw a butt?
Man, that's the one platform I have avoided at all costs. I am
Weird.
I
That's
am
where
strategically not on TikTok.
Yeah.
Brandon, you are missing out because A, you could see us because we go viral. And then B, there's so many butts. Look, it's been a hell of a first year, and we are thrilled that you joined us on the show with Bardstown Bourbon Company. Go to Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. Tony Conja will hook you up with some Bardstown bourbon. Absolutely delicious. Huge thanks to you, Jay. Jay Kennedy has been, he's the mortar to our slate stone.
Bingo.
He is filling in the cracks. He is the best. He's the show bartender.
And my nipples are tingling.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that was because of the cake.
We had a lot of frosting rubbed on our nipples at the show break. We'll explain that later.
Tony, we love you, man. Thank you.
Love you too, guys.
This is the 25th Bar Card
Congratulations.
Friday. We couldn't do this without you. Tony,
Happy anniversary.
if you're looking to celebrate anything on this Labor Day weekend, get over to Keg and Bottle, kegandbottle.com, K&B Bistro if you're looking to take the family out. We know Erin Bauman and her family go there every single Friday night.
And really quick, the master distiller of Bardstown Bourbon Company coming to K&B at the end of the month. Look for that. You can taste this in-house and find out how he did this.
Yeah.
That guy's a legend, just like he said.
And we are 300,000 views away from getting to 5 million on the best bracket ever. So go to TikTok.
Go to TikTok and click on it again.
We love you. The herd is next. We got year 2 coming up this year.
Hey, thank you, Brandon. We really appreciate you, man.
Cheers, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, Tony. Cheers, buddy.